By the way, I love that he's still using the free camera that we got 20 years ago.
Which one?
That little handheld one, yeah.
Oh no, I got that. That wasn't free. I've been using that since Cow TV.
I don't know. We had free
Cow
ones.
TV. How long ago was that? 15 years?
It's been a minute.
Well, I mean, it's still, what is it, a digital video recorder?
It still works.
Yeah.
Shoots in HD.
There you go.
That's it.
You have an iPhone?
Also shoots in 4K HD.
Yeah.
Probably more advanced than that thing.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
And you don't have to take 4 hours to transfer things. And
It's true. Anyway.
Which, did you guys hear about that debacle?
What?
no.
So our podcast yesterday, it did run. Everyone loved it. I kept getting messages. They were like, this is great. We love hearing about the cruise. Da, da, da. John Brennan was up until like 4 a.m. trying to download it because he couldn't download it because we were out of the United States.
Couldn't upload it, you mean?
Couldn't upload it.
Oh.
Couldn't get back to the station type of thing. And so he said he woke up at like 3 a.m. to try and do it.
Oh, as I got closer.
Yeah, try to get closer and stuff. Ended up just like emailing it or putting it in a drive that someone could find it type of thing. But yeah.
Doesn't that make you nervous to know? I mean, like, think about it. China, those Chinese people probably don't know half the stuff that goes on because they're blocked on everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the country can just block it on them. God knows what we're missing. We don't know. Somebody could be sending us signals. Did you see? Listen to me. People have been talking about aliens and earthquakes and eclipses and all that for the last couple of weeks, and we know when the eclipse is going to happen. We can tell you when the next one's going to happen. The last one happened in 2017. It's a cyclical thing. We know when it's going to go on, and it is nothing really that crazy about it. We know why it happens and the whole deal. Everybody was talking aliens, and I'm like, what do aliens have to do with this? Did you see all the videos of people, of things flying by? Spaceship looking things in clouds of people capturing on their iPhone. And I don't mean like Millennium Falcon type spaceships, just odd looking things. And then NASA put one up. When NASA puts it up, it says NASA captured something flying by the moon, passing the moon.
More than
NASA.
one. Yeah.
I mean, that's insane.
And they're like, that's not ours.
Yeah. So what? I mean, what do we do?
Hang on tight.
NASA spots objects speeding around the moon. What the hell is that thing? That's what it says. I mean, that's insane.
Well, there are reports that say that the moon was claimed by other aliens. That's why we've never gone back. That's the real reason we've never gone back.
We went there and they were like, hey, we're already here.
See that flag? Our flag was here first.
Yeah.
We'll let you put the flag up, save a little face, whatever, but don't come back.
Yeah.
We never went. 100%.
I mean, think about it. Hold on. If this is my thing. If we went and they told us don't come back, and we never went back, that's because we're scared of them.
Yeah, for sure.
So we should have spent the next 50 years building some sort of oh wait, we did do that? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We did put nuclear capabilities in the sky. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Carmen, there's a new movie coming out that is kind of what you're saying. Have you seen that new Apple movie that's coming out with Channing Tatum and what's her name?
About a fake moon landing?
Yeah. And what's her name? The hot girl that was in the Avengers. She was Black Widow.
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson. NASA brings her in as like a advertising consultant type thing where she does all these different things to make the astronauts real popular and everything. And Channing Tatum's like against it. He works, which by the way, it's a movie. Channing Tatum works for NASA. And so then she's like casting people, and he goes, well, who's this guy? And she goes, he's going to be you. You said you wouldn't do interviews. We need somebody to do interviews. Wow. So then they, just in case we don't get there, we have to beat Russia, whatever, that they film the thing, and all this stuff's going wrong. And she's like, we should have got Kubrick.
Oh, look, there's a solar eclipse from space on TV.
Yeah, sure.
Interesting. What do you mean?
Yeah, all the stuff that we see from space is all CGI edited.
I don't know why you got to make me nervous.
Did anybody care about the eclipse yesterday?
Oh, yeah,
I did.
I went out and looked at it.
Yeah,
Did
but
you have
there wasn't
glasses?
really anything to see. Nah.
You could only see it with glasses.
Well,
that's what
why.
they say.
You can look up and you can be blinded for a couple of
Right,
seconds, and then
right.
you can look up with the glasses and see exactly where the moon is in front of the sun, which I did, and I
Right.
thought it was pretty cool.
Barb brought glasses from Michigan so we could see it. And we looked at it for a second. We're like, all right, cool. There's the moon.
Yeah, like that's what it is. You look at it for a second and go, oh yeah, okay, cool. I mean, like that was it. And it wasn't, in Cleveland and in New York a little bit on the news, they had, New York had some darkness. I'll tell you what the scariest thing about the whole thing is that New York was live on Fox News and it got a little dark, but it dropped 10 degrees in 2 seconds. It went from 75 or 85 to 75 in 10 seconds. And I stopped and thought that's what the worst thing's going to be is a nuclear winter.
Oh yeah.
When that, I mean, you saw just for a minute when the sun was blocked. Imagine that cloud and it can't break through.
Yeah.
That's when everything freezes and everything dies.
People freak out. Yeah. And people start trying to go underground into those tunnels that have been there forever.
Then we have to eat rats.
Yeah. Rat burgers.
I heard a song yesterday that described the eclipse. Do you want to hear it?
Of course.
It's pretty goddamn amazing. Basically, you get it. He just explains the solar eclipse for you.
Who is this?
Oh, this guy, Carmen. This guy,
Yeah.
he's got Annie. You want to know? You want to know about another weather thing?
Yes.
He's got it all. He's got it all. If you ever thought, oh my God, look at it. I'm on like 57 songs right now. He's got blizzards. Oh, there was an earthquake in New York. You want to hear about earthquakes?
I do.
Okay, let's hear it.
You feel that rumbling? That's an earthquake.
What?
Everything's shaking all over the place. Oh yeah. You see how everything's shaking? You see how the ground is opening up? All this stuff is a symptom of an earthquake.
Basically, he just breaks down the weather for you. Very good. All right. Well, we have, if you listen to the podcast, you heard about Gio's cousin. What were we calling him?
Oh, Rough Shot Todd.
Rough Shot Todd.
Rough Shot Todd, who eats red ice cream. Creamy Todd.
Oh, God.
When I came home and I told my wife about him diving into your ice cream.
Dude, all drunk.
And then double dipping into your ice cream. Gio's cousin, seemingly normal on the outside.
My problem with it is, first off, eating somebody else's food. Come on,
Right.
what are you doing? If somebody offers, oh, this is unbelievable, try this. Great, fine. But just diving into it, then double dipping, and ice cream, the dessert, it's one scoop.
Right.
Right. It's not a shareable amount.
If you're taking 2 bites, you ate the whole thing. Yeah.
Right.
And completely free. Can have as much as you want.
could order it on
Order
his own.
your own.
Why?
Could have ordered vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, then the Neapolitan. Could have done it all.
He
Could
wa-
have said, give me 3 scoops of red ice cream.
Right. Red ice
But
cream,
instead,
like, why?
takes all of yours. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so wild.
And the look, like, I'll never forget what his mouth looked like when he was chewing on it. Tongue and, and he was like, this is 100% cream.
Oh no.
That's gross. He was drunk. I wasn't there.
Yeah, he was, yes.
Yeah.
He was him
was
and
going
Gio
hard.
both, yeah.
He, it was weird. He did not seem in the beginning like a guy that would be bad, but he just seemed like he'd be annoying,
Right.
and he lived up to that.
Because he's related to Gio, yeah, 100% agree.
He's nothing like Gio.
100% he is Gio.
Yeah,
You think Gio would double dive in your ice cream?
100%.
You
yeah.
do?
Yes, yeah.
never
When he
happened
gets
to me.
that drunk, oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, when he's drunk. But,
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
showing up drunk at dinner and being that jerk off at dinner.
He's that guy 100%.
Yeah, but Gio's not.
He yeah, he is, because he fell asleep at the table a couple times.
I will tell you this. The last night of the cruise, we were all in the casino, and I was walking through, and I saw you and Dizzy go by, and then a good 8 seconds afterward, Gio comes walking by, doesn't see me at all. I mean, we're facing each other, and he's just looking off into the distance, just like kind of. her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
that
making
sounds
moves.
about right.
Let's do it. We're making
Yeah.
moves.
Me and Dizzy at one point were walking with Gio somewhere, and he was wasted, and we were all walking together. About 2 minutes go by, and we turn around, and Gio is far back in the distance. We're like, Gio, what are you doing? He's like, I'm sorry, I had to take a break. It's moving too
You and
fast.
Dizzy have this new weird relationship.
Why is it weird?
It's not like the gay thing.
No,
But you guys
our
kind of
beds were pushed
Is it?
together.
Yeah, but I don't. No, I don't. Like, I don't. I'm not saying that. But you guys like lean on each other and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like you. I used to go to high school with these kids. We used to call them the Three Blind Mice.
Yeah,
They were three brothers who were triplets, and they couldn't see. Their eyes were really closed. And when they would walk, they would bump into each other.
Right.
Like they would all walk in a cluster, but they would constantly bump into each other. That's you and Dizzy, like the Three Blind Mice.
100%. Yeah. We do bump into each other a lot, and it was fun. I had a blast with Dizzy.
I remember talking to one of my teachers, and I was like, "What's the deal with those?" And he goes, I don't know. They have, yeah. But I was cool with my teacher, and I was like, "What's the deal?" And he goes, "I don't know. They don't talk, and when they do, it sounds weird and all that." And I go, "Are they dumb?" And he goes, "Straight A students." I go, "Straight A students." He's like,
Wild.
they're model students. They don't talk, and they get it straight A's. I'm like, you should see them in the hallway. They don't look very model there.
Do you have more fun with Dizzy or Pap Pap?
Ooh.
We feel like we were worried about Pap Pap. We felt like he was left out.
Yeah. Well, so
Wasn't part of your 5 and under crew.
he was part of it when he wanted to be, but Joe's been doing his own thing, and neither.
You mean being responsible?
Oh yeah, okay. But neither Dizzy nor I drank as much as Joe did on the cruise, so it made it a little hard.
Don't say that like that. Like you're good people.
Oh no, yeah,
we
I'm not
drank
saying
less.
that. Yeah,
did more drugs.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they're around,
It's interesting. I thought you were going to go into this cruise a little bit holier.
No, well, I mean, like I said, like I was saying the other day, you got to find a balance. I'm not doing.
You are
that.
not. You think you're balanced?
Oh yeah, I'm only doing it on the. I'm not going to work on a Monday all.
But that kind of is
It's
a work
Tuesday.
thing.
Well, Tuesday. Yeah.
No, today's Tuesday, right?
I didn't mean
Yeah.
today, but thank you, everybody.
Some Monday when he goes to work. Yeah. Which, by the way, today, save the day. I would not be as joyful as I am now without this coffee that you brought.
All right,
Thank
yeah,
you.
all right.
You're welcome.
You helped me
Now
out.
Now what's going on with the other guy?
So Gio's cousin, as much as he drank and at one point had to be taken out by wheelchair with a barf bag, is 50% Gio's cousin, 50% some sort of virus, some sort of food poisoning.
That's what he said.
That's what Gio has now.
Yeah.
Gio said his cousin was throwing up, so they had to call 911 on the boat, take him down to the infirmary, and the infirmary ran a test on him because he said he's probably just drunk, and he ran a test on him and said, no, he's got some sort of viral infection. So then Gio got home last night, and he called me, and he said he had the same thing, can't stop pooping, can't stop throwing up. And I said, okay, let me know in the morning. In the morning, he said he can even get out of bed. So,
Patient 0. We should all go home.
Yeah.
well, I'm going to be honest with you,
No.
Carmen. I thought this morning somebody else was going to say that they were also not feeling good if Gio didn't feel good because, just it went around,
Yeah, close proximity.
Yeah.
Listen, I made an extra best of because I knew this was going to happen.
You were dying to take a
I
day
know,
off.
right?
Who isn't?
I mean, it's 4 hours. It's done before most people even go to lunch.
Okay. Well, good for you.
Anyway. Yeah, so that's what Gio has. That's where he is today. And hopefully he'll be here tomorrow, but who knows? I don't know how bad that thing is.
Yeah, me either.
I had some issues yesterday.
Like gut issues?
No. I got off the plane and I went to
You were on a plane?
What?
I meant off the Sprinter. I went in Pete's house to pee when we dropped Pete off, and I peed split stream.
Oh.
Now that's happened before, like when I was a kid or whatever. Like little, and then it goes quickly goes away. This went like a devil's tongue, like a serpent tongue.
Did you get a little friction dance in the Sprinter? Or what happened?
No, I don't know what happened. I thought, I thought I had a kidney stone or something, or something that was blocking the hole. And then I drank a lot of water yesterday and just kept going normal. And I don't know what that was. Maybe
My brother Tom, who was on the cruise with us, had a kidney stone while he was on the cruise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were at dinner and we were talking, and he knew that he had it, and he was like,
Side note, Tom, the most fun Galvin.
he was like, yeah, and then it was like he got shocked by lightning.
Oh,
And I go,
really?
"Are you all right?" And he goes, "Yeah, fine." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" He goes, I go, a guy who had kidney stones. I said, drink something with citrus. I go, they say citrus help. They actually say beer helps. And he goes, I got that covered.
Did he pee it out?
I don't know. I think it moved a little bit because as it passes through, there's different spots where it'll really hurt. Then some spots are a little more giving, so it's not as bad. So
I had one or two in my life, and thankfully it must have been so small that I passed them.
Right.
But I felt them. I felt the one moving through my back. It went from one side of my body to the other and made its way out. And the whole time, I'll never forget. I was at Shepherd's. Everybody was having a great time, and a bunch of girls. And I was just over there leaning on a pole. Pete's like, "Do you need to go to the hospital?" I go, "I don't know. Wait till tomorrow. We'll see." And then I went to lunch the next day with Mike Calta, who had several kidney stones. And he said, drink a beer, drink water, drink a beer. And we're at the Wing House, and I was drinking giant glasses of water and one beer. And then finally, I think I just whipped it out.
That's nice.
Heat it out. Right. Did anybody see the video of the eclipse with the balls yesterday?
No.
Somebody sent it to me, and it was a shot of the eclipse, and then it started getting dark, and then just the guy's testicles just dropped.
I heard Tommy Lee did something that was taken down, and I don't know whether he took it down or Instagram took it down or whatever, but I think
that might have been it. Those might have been his balls.
It may have been. I heard there was also a different area that was showing as well.
Really?
Yeah, so I did repost one from the Humane Society where it was the eclipse and then just a puppy comes across.
I mean, it's an interesting science thing, and it happens one day, and the kids all enjoy it. And all the kids went out from school on the field at my daughter's school and got to watch it for a couple of minutes. And
kids, I think, are interested in it. For sure, that's something you see, and it's like that's wild.
Yeah, my whole experience was I walked out while Juliana and Amanda were looking at it with the glasses, and Amanda goes, "Sit down. You got to see it from here." I go, "I can see it from here."
Yeah.
Just let me see the glasses, and I put them on. I go, "Oh yeah, cool." And I went back inside.
My sister said there was schools in Michigan that closed down yesterday
because some schools were in full coverage,
right?
And some schools were in that it was going to be dark for a while, and then some places were had such exposure they were worried about kids staring into it.
Right.
You know what happens? You get transferred to the moon.
I don't think that.
That's why they don't want anybody to do it, because that's how we find out.
They say a bunch of people got sick from looking at the solar eclipse yesterday.
I looked at it through my sunroof, through my wife's disgustingly dirty sunroof, and it looked like a constellation of dirt stars and the sun, and it still hurt my eyes.
Beautiful, yeah.
It was tinted, and I still looked at it, and I was like, just kind of just gave it like a little, is it up yet? I looked at it, and it's pretty strong.
I have UV blocking contacts, and it still hurt my eyes when I tried to take a peek. Yeah,
man.
I know.
I did take a picture of it with my phone. It's very
beautiful.
No.
Oh, lackluster.
Like a big bright spot. Yeah. That was it. So
yeah, a bunch of people said they were getting they would get the nauseous and really bad migraines even when they were using the glasses.
I had such a good moment with my daughter last night that I'll share it with you guys. She seemed to be not too interested that I was away. Joey was more like Joey actually sent me a text that almost made me cry.
Oh,
he was like, "I can't wait for you to come home. I miss you a lot."
Oh,
that's
man.
a 17-year-old kid saying that. Don't tell anybody. And then Juliana was like, I picked her from school. She's like, "Hey." I go, "Hey, I haven't seen you in 4 days." But she's like, "I don't feel good. I have a sore throat or whatever." And I got home, and she started around Jeopardy time. She came in. She was like, "My throat hurts." And she sat on my lap, and I was rubbing her back, and I leaned in, and I go, "I know what you're doing. I know you just want to not go to school tomorrow." And she was trying to stop laughing, trying to smile. And I was like, "I got you. I'll back you up. I got you." And I looked at man. I go, "Her back feels warm."
Oh,
She's
no.
like, "Yeah, keep going with that."
So she's not going to school.
Oh, no,
today?
she's going to school. Amanda doesn't fall for that garbage. Even if we double team her, she ain't falling for it. Yeah. She's too dumb not to go to school.
Oh, no.
So if I had like straight A kids, I'd be like, take a day. I don't
Take a
care.
day, yeah.
Yeah. She's stupid like her brother. If these kids were rocking straight A's, I'd be like, "Come on, Dad's taking you to Disney today. Let's take a day off." Instead, I got two moron kids.
Dude.
I don't know how this one's graduating from high school. How about this? 2 different schools, 2 different counties. My daughter goes to school in Pasco County. My son goes to school in Hillsborough. Have graduation on the same day.
Damn.
I'm going to spend the whole day in graduation.
Yeah.
Joey's is at noon and hers is at 5.
Oh my god.
I got 7 hours of graduation.
Is it at the
What
same
is
place?
she graduating from?
Middle school.
Oh,
That kid got old.
She's going to high school next
No.
year?
She goes to 6th, 7th, and 8th. 7th and 8th grade.
Junior high.
Middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's weird. I always call that junior high.
Same.
6th, 7th, 8th grade is junior high. Middle school is
Fifth
young.
younger, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
No,
by
elementary,
me.
middle, high school.
We never had a middle school. We went elementary was 1st to 8th grade, and then you went to high school.
Oh, see, we had elementary, middle school, junior high, high school.
Wait, what?
We're bringing her closer because she's been going to that school for a while, but we're bringing her closer over here. So she's going to go to the same high school as Joey, but there's a middle school over here, and a lot of those kids will go over, so you'll have friends when you go over there. Smart,
That's cool.
Smart move. It shows why my wife is a good parent and why I'm just here for the ride.
I can't believe Joey's graduating high school.
It's please don't. I don't want to cry on the
Oh
show.
my God, it's wild.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we got Sporkle. Probably a lot easier because Gio's not here. Right? 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. Believe it or not, as if we didn't have enough of them on the cruise, our friend Dominic Ferriello will be joining us in the 9 o'clock hour to take your legal calls.
I got to tell you, fairly subdued Dom
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
cruise.
Yeah, he was good, Dom. He was fun
He's
to hang
Boozer
out
Dom.
with.
I call that Boozer Dom.
Dad Dom. Dad Dom.
Dad Dom.
Yeah.
Skinny Dom, too.
Yeah.
Looks good. Lost weight. Looks
Yeah.
good. That's happening at 9 o'clock today. Dom will take your legal calls, give you legal advice. I will give him an update on my. Here, I'll tell you, I did my jury duty stuff on my own. I emailed the jurors people, and I said, "Dear jurors people, I'm going to be out of the country on the day that you asked me to come to jury duty, but I will be more than happy to fulfill my civic duty at a later date." And they wrote back to me and go, "You're excused unless you hear something else." I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you."
That's all you have to do.
Well, I mean, I don't know if they had an excess of people, you know what I mean, or why, but they excused me on this one. But I'm sure I'll get hit up again. And I was like, okay, great. So, but I feel like Dom should double check it for me. Like I feel like that was too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like I feel like I did something wrong. Like I accidentally put the wrong extension on the email, and I went to some guy named Fred, and he was like, "Yeah, you're good. You're
Yeah,
good."
you didn't do it right.
Right. I feel like they're gonna arrest me tomorrow.
There's a warrant out for your arrest
Okay,
for sure.
all right. I don't need that.
You're on the lam.
Let's take a break. We got Sporkle next. It's 102.5 The Bone. Carmen, what do we have to give away today?
We have a lot of stuff.
I know.
We have Heart with Cheap Trick,
Mm-hmm.
Busch Gardens, Stone Temple Pilots, Corn, and Bret Michaels.
Oh, the big party gras?
Yes.
That's pretty much, that should be an all-girl concert. It's like Bret Michaels and Mark McGrath, right?
Well, I don't know if Mark McGrath is out with them this one. I know Dee Snider is, Night
Yeah.
Ranger.
Oh, yeah, Dee Snider.
Yeah. I went and saw Wiz over here at the
You did?
theater. Yeah.
Was it good?
It was all right.
Yeah. I like Bret. I like him.
Night Ranger sounded great.
Yeah.
And then Bret Michaels comes out and does, Poison songs and some of his solo stuff, and then brings other people out and does theirs. They'll do their songs, and then they do songs together and stuff. So,
All right. I changed my mind. That sounds good, kind of. All right, let's give some stuff away. A little bit of Sparkle. Here we go. Oh, man, first day back.
No. It's not playing.
Oh. Yeah, it's playing on. Does it sound like crappy?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Carmen sounds.
Well, Carmen pointed out earlier that we're on Comrec 6 for
Yes.
some reason.
Because
And not
one
two.
would not connect.
2 is what.
Or whatever, two. I
Okay.
tried to do it and it wouldn't connect.
So I don't know if
jumped
that
to
has a
backup.
different.
All right, I'll try during the break. We'll fix it. All right, Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Gio out with the poops. Carmen, what are we playing today?
All right. Today we're going to play 3 songs, 1 singer. I'm going to list you 3 songs, and you're going to give me the artist of those 3 songs.
List them.
All right. Your first one. If I Ain't Got You, Girl on Fire, No One. If I Ain't Got You, Girl on Fire, No One.
Alicia Keys.
Mike Calta. Loser, Get
Back.
Mike. Single Ladies,
Beyonce.
Destiny's Child. Damn it.
Beyonce. Spanish. Strange Fruit, God Bless the Child, Loverman.
Shaggy.
What'd you say?
Shaggy. Just a
Strange.
lava. Ooh.
Strange Fruit, God Bless the Child, Loverman.
3 Dog Nights.
Chet Hanks.
I know. Strange Fruit. What is it?
Billie Holiday.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking.
Like a Rolling Stone.
Rolling Stones.
What'd you say, Calvin?
Bob Dylan.
Correct. That is what I was looking for. Peggy Sue, Ray Vaughn.
Billy, not Billy.
Every day.
Holly.
Yeah.
Couldn't get
I'm
it
like,
out.
I just kept on thinking cricket.
If I could turn back time,
Cher.
Mike Calta. Beautiful. Genie in a bottle. What a girl
Aguilera.
wants. Galvin. Walk on by. Do you know the
Dionne
way?
Warwick.
Mike Calta.
Thank you, Joe.
Shape of You. Thinking Out
Foo
Loud.
Fighters.
Photograph.
Ed Sheeran.
Spanish.
Guitarist of a new generation.
Damn right he is.
Oliver's Army. Allison. Peace,
Uh,
love,
that
and
is-
understanding.
Yeah,
Costello.
Yeah, it was Costello. Damn it.
Galvin. My Way.
Sinatra.
Sinatra.
Mike Calta. Lust for Life. The
Iggy Pop.
Passenger. Galvin. On the Floor. Love Don't Cost a Thing. Let's Get Loud.
J-Lo.
I will accept that. Jennifer Lopez.
J-Ro.
Spanish. And Pep, we're halfway there.
Gio is not on the board. He
No.
has 0
He's
points.
got a lot of poop, though.
Yep.
Spanish with 3, Galvin with 4, and Michael is your leader right now. He's winning with 6.
All right. All right. Here we go.
All right, here we go.
All right. 3 songs, 1 singer.
Can
Here
you
we-
turn yourself up a little
A
bit,
little
Carmen?
bit, a little bit.
Turn me up?
Yeah.
Okay. Better?
Yes.
Yeah.
More?
Nope, you're good right there.
Okay. All right. Breathless, High School Confidential, Great Balls of Fire.
Lewis.
Yes, Mike Calta.
High School Confidential. We know what he's
We
talking
know what
about.
he's doing. Yeah.
All of Me, Safe Room, Ordinary People.
Legend.
Galvin. Sexy Back, Can't Stop the
Timberlake.
Feeling. Spanish.
No.
That was Mike.
Nope. I saw the
Integrity.
defeat in Spanish's face as I got it out a half a second before.
Mike Calta. Excuse me. Your next one, California Girls, Roar.
Beach Boys. Oh, damn it.
Perry.
Spanish. Hallelujah. Dance Me to the End of Love. The Partisan. Hallelujah. Dance Me to the End of Love. The Partisan. Leonard Cohen.
Yeah, I could not think of his name. Jeff
I
Buckley.
didn't
Jeff
want
Buckley.
to
Jeff Buckley.
say it out loud. I was trying to figure it out.
Good golly, Miss Molly. Tutti Frutti.
Little Richard. Oh.
Little Richie.
No, it's a little Richard.
Little Richard.
No, for a second I was like, did I just say Rich Little?
Galvin.
Little Richard. That's right. All right.
Dance with My Father. Never Too Much. Any Love. Dance with My Father. Never Too Much. Any Love.
Chet Hanks.
Selena Gomez.
Oh, it's a guy, isn't it?
Who
It
knows?
is.
Yeah,
Luther Vandross.
Vandross. Yeah.
No point.
No point.
Family Affair.
Sign
Real
the Family
Love.
Stone.
Not Gonna Cry. Family Affair. Real
Tony
Love.
Braxton.
Morgan Wallen.
Mary J. Blige. Who I was looking for. Wrecking Ball. The
Miley
Climb.
Cyrus.
Mike Calta and Bap Bap. We're on the last 3.
Gio's still not on the board. Spanish with 4, Galvin with 6, and Michael is your leader right now. He's winning with 9.
Did you hear a pterodactyl for a second?
Yeah.
I heard that too.
Sorry, that was my phone. I unlocked it and there was a video playing.
What do I have?
9.
You have
What do you
9.
have? 6.
Oh, boy.
All right, 3 songs, 1 artist, last 3. Here we go. Sinner Man, Feeling Good, Mississippi, Goddamn.
Curtis Mayfield.
Bill Withers.
Sinner Man, Feeling Good, Mississippi, Goddamn.
Mississippi, goddamn, is a good title for a song, but I don't know what it is.
Nina Simone.
Oh, she's like, Mississippi, goddamn. She dragged it out.
Walking After Midnight, Crazy, I Fall to Pieces.
Patsy Cline.
Yeah.
Mike Calta. And your last one, This is love when under ether. The words that maketh murder.
Maketh.
This is love when under ether.
Sex Pistols.
The words that maketh murder.
I have no idea.
PJ Harvey.
Oh, she maketh murder in that 1 year
That's
in the
a
90s.
lady?
Yeah,
Oh.
with long ass hair.
Your final score: Spanish with 4, Galvin with 6. Michael is your triumphant champion today. He won with 10.
You know why I know PJ Harvey?
Well, you didn't, but
But I mean, you know why I know she is?
yeah.
Because she came out at the same time as Pearl Jam. So whenever you'd search PJ on anything, she would come up, and I'm like, who is this?
It's this lady.
I'd be in a PJ message board, and I'd go, what are they talking about?
It's happening.
Maketh a murder. So that's
very confusing.
And then she had that one song, and I think she was on Saturday Night Live once or something. It was really weird.
I've never even heard of her.
She's kind of sexy, and she does kind of slow stuff. But
PJ Harvey.
I'm sure Mo thinks she's the artist of the new generation.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh,
Yeah, but nothing good.
she was very cute back in the day.
I mean, we go
That's
crazy.
not- yeah.
She was a little, she was like kind of weird hot.
She's got man face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like English hot.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. You might be. She probably got armpit hair too. You know what
All
I
right,
mean?
I'm out. Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Literally the third picture. Her with armpit hair.
Oh, see, there you go.
Yeah. Down by the water, was that her
Down
big
by
hit?
the water was a song.
And that's
yeah.
that. Like,
Something like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
I remember that.
I remember when I used to confuse her for Pearl Jam. That's all I remember.
She looks like if you put all the members of Pearl Jam together.
She looked like a Marilyn Manson before the surgery.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if she became a man, she became Marilyn Manson. There you go.
Gross.
All right. I should be making you guys sing today.
Right.
But I don't feel like it. Do you feel like it?
Whatever you want.
Exciting and new.
Yeah, there you go. We're back from the cruise. Kind of over.
Love boat.
You gotta
Plus,
pick
Geo is a strong one. So.
you gotta pick a line there.
Yes, that I'm going to do. I'll do that right now. From New Brunswick, New Jersey. Good morning. Who is this?
Hey, this is Al.
Al, you're the winner.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna
Thank
put
you guys
you-
so much. Appreciate it.
All right, buddy. I'm going to put you on hold. Give it a second. Carmen will grab you during the break, okay?
You got it, man. Thanks.
Thanks, buddy. All right, we will take a break. Galvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, we have the birthday effect, my wife, and fake butts.
Oh, and I cannot lie. All right, Galvin has your news. We'll take a quick break. We come back. We'll dive right into that. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. All right, then I guess it's time to check in with Galvin. He's got today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's news is brought to you by Pelt Shoes. If you've been thinking about getting out there and doing a little pickleball, it's sweeping the nation. Everybody loves it. Well, Pelt has everything you need for your pickleball. They got the shoes that you want: Skechers, New Balance, K-Swiss, Asics. And you need special shoes, otherwise you're going to be cranking your ankles
Oh,
and
I
stuff.
know it.
Yeah. Oh, you know. You've been out there playing. Not just pickleball, of course, any type of court shoe. They have athletic shoes, walking, running shoes, dress shoes. They got boots. They got flip-flops. So whatever you're looking for, they have them right there in stock, ready to go for you. You can try them on right there in the store, and the Pelt Fit experts are going to make sure you get the proper fitting shoe. They have 6 locations throughout Pinellas, Sarasota, and Fort Myers. Stop into a Pelts today and make sure you tell them Galvin sent you.
Hey, Galvin.
A New York appeals court has denied Donald Trump's petition to change the venue of his upcoming hush money trial.
That's unfair, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, because everybody in New York hates him. He's got to get a fair trial. He's due that as anybody else is.
Well, the good thing about it is that I'm sure the jury in New York hasn't heard about him at all. So, the former president's
Of course, I don't take into consideration why everybody hates him.
Yeah.
They just, they hate him.
the former president's attorney on Monday had urged the court to postpone the trial so he could consider whether to change the venue, arguing that Trump cannot get a fair jury in New York.
Right.
But Associate Justice Elizabeth Gonzalez quickly denied that motion to stop the trial after hearing arguments Monday, and there is no further argument on the motion to change the venue. Trump's attorney had filed a petition in state appellate court earlier that day, 1 week before his trial is set to begin. Trump's attorney also said they're filing a petition objecting to the gag order imposed by Judge Juan Merchan, barring Trump from publicly discussing witnesses in the upcoming trial. She's a pig.
I think that him and with all these cases now is having the opposite effect that they hoped it would have. Like, they want you to look at him as a criminal and not vote for him. To me, it's kind of like it's very much the John Wayne Bobbitt effect. First penis that gets cut off, big deal. Fifth penis, you're like, oh, another penis. 12th penis, you're like, oh, another kid. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a big deal anymore. Yeah, we know he had a court case. He did some bad stuff. Now we don't even really know what they're for, or nor do we care about him.
Yeah, after 3, you're like, what? Which one is this? What
now
is
I'm starting to believe the narrative of a witch hunt. You know?
Yeah.
Well, and also not being able to change the venue, doesn't that kind of almost showcase his point of not being able to get a fair trial?
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, and it also adds again to the narrative that they're out to get him. We're going to put him in a place where we know they don't like him, where he's been there, he's got a history there. So there's it's a democratic state, and it looks unfair. So whether it is or not, it looks like they're trying to get him down.
Right. So there was plenty of nonsense surrounding the big eclipse yesterday, including Google searches for "my eyes hurt." It skyrocketed after that happened. Hey, my eyes hurt. I stared at it. What happened? Don't. So you're not supposed to look directly at it? Is that what it is?
I heard when it's in totality, that's when you just take off your glasses and gaze.
You just look that up.
Gaze?
Gaze, yeah. G-A-Z.
Your gaze.
This was so much better than everybody used Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart for their Instagram songs.
She likes that whenever the eclipse comes around.
Oh,
she
yeah.
makes a little more money.
Get some change.
Yeah.
There you go. That's an eclipse.
Speaking of making money, a person with a ticket matching all 6 Powerball numbers in Saturday's $1.3 billion jackpot came forward on Monday to claim their prize, as according to Oregon officials. The lottery ticket was purchased at a Plaid Pantry convenience store in the northeast part of the city. Oregon Lottery is working with the person in a process that involves security measures and vetting that will take time before a winner is announced. They said, quote, "This is an unprecedented jackpot win for Oregon Lottery. We're taking every precaution to verify the winner before awarding the prize."
And walks away with how much?
$621 million.
Yeah.
$621 million.
That's
By the
nice.
way, there goes your theory of every big winner is in California. This one was in Oregon. So
If I won that money, it would give me the opportunity to be part of a major franchise.
Sure.
Like if I went to the Yankees and said I'd like to be a very minority owner for $400 million. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that'd be possible.
Yeah, but you could also get into something not necessarily as big as the Yankees. You could get into another,
I could probably own a indoor soccer league.
You could definitely maybe be a half partner in a lesser team or maybe a lesser sport.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind buying into a hockey team.
I would imagine that $400 million. If you, I know you're not a fan of racing, but I don't know how much. Maybe
I'll
depending
put my stickers on the car,
depending on what thing, whatever that. Or
I'd like to
get a team with Ice Cube's Big Three that he has or something.
Yeah. I'd like to buy a race car and then put somebody in it who's not a good driver.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Medicine Man, and I'm the new driver for Formula One. Right in the wall.
We have a new driver out on the track. He goes by Medicine Man.
Yeah.
I saw scorpions the other night.
Can't get the helmet over my head.
The Yukon Huskies beat Purdue last night, 75-60, in the NCAA men's basketball championship.
I mean, they dominated the whole thing.
They are now back-to-back champs. Yukon are the first back-to-back NCAA basketball champions since Florida in 2006 and 2007. Here's the final call from last night's game.
It is a Yukon coronation. The Huskies make history. Back-to-back national champions. Number one lives up to the billing. They defeat Purdue 75-60. They've done it again.
All I hear is Yukon Cornelius.
I would like to thank the Huskies for making me some money on Hard Rock Bet because I bet the Huskies to win -6.5 and under 145 points.
Boy, Gowan couldn't get back 5 minutes before he's already gambled. I tried to place a bet on the boat and realized I was not in Florida, so I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And,
You were trying to bet on the boat.
Well, I'm just saying. The minute you touched land, you were like, freedom.
I got to tell you, I thought something happened. I thought I lost the Kavorka whenever I was on the boat. I was losing, and I wasn't playing a lot, so it wasn't like I was losing crazy. I was kind of pushing my money back and forth, and then I lost a little bit here, then I lost a little bit there, and then the last night, I got him. I got him with 3-card poker and walked away with all my money plus some of theirs.
My father was on the cruise, and I was playing 3-card poker, and my dad he's never played it before. And I played it for a little while, and I started losing my money, and my dad reaches in, I thought he was going to say goodnight, and he puts money in my hand, and he goes, take this, bet it, we'll split the winnings. And I went, okay. It was $500. Lost it in like 5 minutes. I was like, Jesus. So I'm like, I gotta take more money out. So I pull my card out. He goes, no, here. And he gives me $500 more. Like, all right, I'm gonna win this all back. Lost it all. I was like, Jesus Christ. And for the first time, I knew what other people felt like to be in the hole to my dad for money. It was not a good feeling. Yeah, and I said, Dad, I go, I'm in the hole $1,000. He goes, that's all right. I know where you live. And I was like, okay. And then thankfully, I hit a straight flush, won $1,200, gave him the $1,000, took the $200 and ran.
Nice.
No.
There was somebody else that was with our group that gave one of our listeners money to gamble, and it did not go well.
Who was it?
I don't know if they want me to say.
Too late now.
Did he have certain type of hair?
No.
Okay. Because Dakota, one of the Island Boys, Dakota claims that he got $500 and then said something about doing favors to the person and stuff.
No,
Was that?
No,
Dakota
that's
came
not.
up
No,
to me
it
and
was a
said,
girl.
so how does 3-card poker work? I want to try to go, no, you'll never get it.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I can tell by looking at you will not understand.
Wait, somebody gave somebody money to bet is what you're saying?
Yeah, he gave a
Joe?
girl money to bet, and then and ended up losing it. And yeah.
Well,
she
yeah,
ended up
this-
losing it. Yeah. I don't want to say it.
You're saying a lot of yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about. So somebody
With us?
that was
Yeah,
with the group
that works for the station. Yeah.
gave a girl some money,
Right.
Corey Cardinal.
and she lost it.
Yes.
Okay.
Not Corey. I was
Yeah,
just kidding.
not Corey. Yeah, but then he re-upped, and the story is that he gave her more money, and then
And you don't want to say the name.
yeah, I don't want to say. who
Look
it
at
is.
me and say
Mike
the name.
Olivero.
No. Mike Olivero has no money.
Nope.
I'm just going to go with Joe.
What?
Yep.
No.
Doesn't have
Michael,
any
I don't have
money?
any money.
That's not true. You got money buried somewhere.
Joe, if you're not following our Instagram at the Mike Calta Show, you are missing out on a lot of things, including one of you captured the moment that Joe went up to the piano player in the Schooner Bar, not only sat down and started singing with her, but took her microphone, unwrapped it around the pole, and walked around the room with her mic singing the song. And that broad just kept playing.
Yeah,
she played right
she
along.
loved it.
I did my survey yesterday and mentioned her by name and how great she was.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I mentioned Amanda, the piano player.
Right.
I mentioned Han and Jelena. I said, never have two people taken so much money from me, and yet I still liked them while I was playing. I guess if you say them by name, that does a lot for them on
Yeah.
the thing. So I tried to remember as many names as possible. I had some good servers in the restaurants and stuff.
Carl and Jan.
Eddie, one of the dealers, he was really good. He was good. Denny was another one that was good. Yeah, there was a lot of good people out there.
My problem was last cruise I went on, the dealer tried to hit on my wife and asked for her
Yeah.
Instagram,
Yeah.
and I want to kill him. But these people were very good, so
They
I
were.
figured I should also mention their name.
when you when you had 10 and you said hit, you didn't mean on my wife.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So we were saying about UConn won, so they're back-to-back champions. Sticking with college basketball, Caitlin Clark, her college basketball career has ended now. This is something interesting. Lynette Woodward, that she had the title before, does not believe that Caitlin broke her college scoring record because when she played, they didn't have 3-pointers, and women use the same size ball that men the men used. So she's like, it's totally different. Break my goddamn record.
You're ruining my.
The only name that should be mentioned is Pistol Pete. Everybody else is just shut up.
Right? Yeah.
Did you see what Diana Taurasi said?
No. What'd she say?
She said that to Caitlin Clark, like a warning. She said, "You look superhuman playing against some 18-year-olds. where you're going to come to play with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time.
Oh,
Sounds to me like they're afraid of some girl just coming in and shooting all over them.
Yep.
But also, in WNBA, them saying that she could play in the Big Three, and then also Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless.
What did he say?
He said that if he was NBA owner right now, that he would take her number one over any of the men's players.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen,
Stop.
she's an excellent shooter. By the way, how well did Pistol Pete do in the NBA?
Good.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, like I don't put him up there with the other names that you hear.
Yeah, Pistol Pete's. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a big deal. He obviously was a big deal in college, but he was a big deal in pro too.
Yeah.
In fact, I think he's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, well, then I take all that back and I take her first round. I don't know anything about basketball. I just know a little bit of about it. But I think the problem is with all the NBA players are saying, look, she's a great shooter, but now put her in there with the physicality of guys who are 7 feet tall and 280 pounds and see them just smashing her to pieces.
Yeah, Pistol Pete is in Maravich. He's in the NBA Hall of Fame.
Good for him. He did a great job.
They say he was a spectacular showman who helped open up the game of basketball
I
in
agree.
1970.
Good for you, Pete. Thank you. Cheers to you.
Man. Good job. Yeah. Listen, playing against other college women, she does great. She's unbelievable. She's a great player. But then if and she's not saying I'm going to play against men or anything like that, but other people are saying that, and that's ridiculous because there's no way. Although she definitely should take the $5 million from Ice Cube.
Yeah.
I was saying that surely during all these years now of women playing professional sports, there's some hockey player who can play hockey against or play hockey with men in a position where they may not have to be as physical, like maybe a goalie. Maybe, it's physical against as far as fighting and checking and all that stuff, but a player that's a little bit more protective. And then I said maybe in basketball, and everybody, Galvin, you were pointing out, you were like, there's no way. There's no way. And then I asked some hockey players, and they're like, there's no way.
There's no way.
So it's not a matter of thinking that women can't play sports. Just combining them is too uneven. It's just not fair. It's not fair to somebody with her skills to say, okay, now go play with a bunch of giant guys.
There are a few, and it's outside of the regular, like the big sports, obviously football, basketball, hockey, baseball, that type of stuff. There are a few fringe things, whether you consider pool a sport or not. That's more of a game, whatever.
What about
they
soccer?
Said that's coming close. No, soccer, ridiculous.
Why?
Ultra running, because we're just faster and better, and we can kick more powerful. And it's just
bigger, stronger.
Everything about it.
Yeah.
What about in a goalie position? Maybe
no, I'd break her hands.
Oh, that's why. I'm trying. I'm being serious. Like I'm trying to think of what is the
ultra running though. Ultra running is a thing where there's Courtney Dollwater, who is absolutely amazing, who did that Moab 240 miles.
Jesus.
And she beat everyone, not just the women. She beat everyone by more than 8 hours.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah, she's a phenom. She's absolutely unbelievable and runs in basketball shorts. Like if you look at her, she used to be a teacher. She just wears like a t-shirt and basketball shorts, and she's out there crushing everybody.
What does her feet look like after one of those
I have
runs?
not seen her feet.
What, you think they're bad? Like you imagine?
I'm sure, yeah. But you build up and stuff.
Ooh.
It depends on the people. There's some people that lose toenails and get all gross and all that stuff. But they take care of their feet as they're doing it.
Yeah.
So they're changing socks, they're changing shoes, they're rubbing salve on it, doing all kind of stuff.
We did that on my first 10-mile hike as a Boy Scout.
Yeah.
They made us bring an extra pair of socks. We had to stop halfway through.
Well, that was a big thing, like in Vietnam and stuff.
Yeah.
They would, anytime you stop, make sure you change your socks and do that because you get trench foot. Yeah.
I don't want trench foot.
No way.
I think I got it now.
Oh, that's gross, man.
Wait.
Being on the cruise.
Could be.
Pee on my feet tonight. Shower.
Wait, what?
How crazy would this make you as a parent? A bus driver at a private school in Fort Pierce, Florida, has been fired after he stopped a full bus of students on train tracks as a freight train was approaching.
Why? Like you guys want to mess around?
Well, it's unclear what he was thinking. The kids freaked out, and he yelled, "Quiet!" And then
I want to hear silence before we die.
Right, and no, I think he was saying, "Shut up." and then we'll go, as long as you're going to be quiet, whatever. He continued through the intersection just before the train went through. But yeah, of course, all the parents complained and stuff. So
I'm telling you right
fired.
now, my kids have never spent 1 second on a school bus.
Oh, they haven't?
And they never
No?
will. I'll quit this job to drive them to school before I have to make them get on a school bus.
Quite the experience.
And this is coming from somebody whose mother was a school bus driver. There's no way. I went through so many weird school bus drivers that I don't want them. I know what goes on the buses.
Yeah.
I know what goes on with the drivers. I don't want any of that.
I had to tell you, I took the bus to school, sometimes because when my brothers were in like high school or whatever, they drove. But then whenever I was younger, elementary school, and maybe junior high, I'm not even sure. But we always had fun on the bus. I never had any problems with any school bus driver.
I had fun too.
I could not pick any of them out of a lineup. I have no idea who they were, whatever. But we just had fun on the bus.
You think you would recognize their voice if you heard
I
their
don't
voice
think I'd
yelling?
recognize. No. And they're probably all dead.
Yeah.
For all I know.
Probably. Dude.
I could picture a couple of them, but I don't know.
You think you could recognize their voice if they were yelling?
No, but if I saw them.
You'd be like, oh, man.
But then there was summer camp where Richie was the bus driver, but also a counselor. I mean, did he have the credentials to do either one?
No, probably not. No. We the only time I rode the bus was during was like a 1 year at school, and then summer camp. We always rode the bus, but summer camp, I feel like the bus drivers are a different breed.
I feel safer having been on the city bus than I do on the
makes
school
sense,
bus.
yeah.
One of my biggest burns I ever did when I was younger. The bus stop was down the end of our street, so it wasn't like super far or anything, but it was probably 7 houses down from us, and we would all meet up there for the bus to come get us. And we used to have. Did you guys ever have like theme days at your school?
Oh yeah,
where we had McDonald's Day where we got McDonald's for lunch.
No,
we had Wacky Wednesday where you could wear like whatever. I mean, we didn't have uniforms, but you would wear like your shirt backwards and this and that, whatever. So we were getting ready. I told my brother Jeff, I go, oh, Wednesday, Wacky Wednesday today. Don't forget Wacky Wednesday. And he was like, yeah. And then so we both dressed all crazy. And then I go, I got to go to the bathroom. I'll meet you down there. And I ran back in and changed because it was not Wacky Wednesday.
Not cool.
And he was wearing like 2 different colored socks and this, that, whatever. And I came down and he goes, what are you doing? And I go, what? And he goes, it's Wacky Wednesday. And I go, it's not Wacky Wednesday. He was so mad and didn't have time. Like the bus was pulling up. He didn't have time to go back.
Idiot.
I thought it was cool because on Mondays I had Boy Scout meetings, so I could wear my Boy Scout uniform instead of my Catholic school uniform.
Nice.
That is just looking back at that now. How nobody went. That's not cool.
All the girls didn't.
I love being a Boy Scout, but not wearing it. I thought we looked like Rambo.
Yeah,
Not true.
nope.
Look like Hambone.
A witness shot and killed a guy who appeared to be robbing a couple at a gas station in Texas. Don't rob a couple in Texas. That's not going to happen. It was later revealed that the robber and the couple were actually staging the robbery as part of an immigration scam.
Oh.
How's that scam going? Got shot. You're done.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What kind of scam is that?
You got to think about, like when I was a kid and we were going to do a crime, we'd find out what the penalty was first. We'd have to know if it was worth the pinch, But now when I look at it, like you got to know where you're doing the crime.
Right.
Don't do these things in Florida because we're going to shoot you.
Yeah.
And think about, is there any way people will think this is real and someone's going to try and stop it and shoot you,
I watch these videos online of squatters and people rolling up on squatters in their house. There's no squatters in Florida. You know why? Because those are intruders.
Yeah.
And you walk in, you go, you're in my house, get out. And they go, no, we're squatters. Bow, bow, bow. Hell, 911, there's some dead people in my house.
Yeah.
But
That's how it
also,
goes.
that's so easy to take care of that. You don't call the police and say, there's people in my house. You just go in, shoot them, and go, yeah, they came in my house.
That's what I just said.
I have no idea.
They're not squatters, they're intruders.
Yeah.
You just say, I walked in, there were people in there, they scared me, and they shot them. This is my house, not theirs.
See, I light the place on fire and go, I don't know. There were people living in there. They must have lit it on fire.
It's your place.
Yeah. Oh, collect the insurance money.
You're never going to get. Listen to me. I roll into my house and some guy opens the door and goes, "What?" And I go, "You're in my house." And he goes, "No, I'm not." I go, "Okay, 1 second." And I go get my gun. I walk in his house and I go, "Now you're in my house." And then I just call 911 and go, "I was in my house and people attacked me."
And
That's it. It's over.
Put him in his gross sleeping bag that he brought in and throw him out back.
I mean, that's it in the state. You walk in there, you're attacked by a guy in your own house, you shoot him,
Yeah.
he dies, it's over. There's no squatting in Florida, and if there is, you're a huge pussy for not taking care of it.
I have a hot or not for you guys.
Oh,
Yes.
Coming out of Texas.
Ooh.
Coming in hot. Texas law enforcement officials arrested a mother and daughter duo.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a 2-for-1 on this, who allegedly were operating an illegal butt injection operation, offering to complete the medical procedure for about $6,000 for a Brazilian
my.
butt. Yeah. Houston Police Department conducted an undercover sting, which led to the arrest of 56-year-old Consuelo Delbo and her daughter, 18-year-old Isabella Delbo, who were both charged with unlawfully practicing medicine without a license. The mother was also charged with knowingly delivering a controlled substance. Okay, so they were doing butt injections for $6,000. I'm assuming out of their van with whatever the hell they were using. 56-year-old mother, 18-year-old daughter. We have Consuelo and Isabella. I ask you, hot or not? Now, there's a few ways this can go. Both hot,
that's true.
both not. One hot, one not. Mike Calta, what do you think?
What's the last name?
Delbo.
Hell no, Delbo. Both not hot.
You say both not
Both
hot.
not hot. One's old and she does all the work, and the daughter brings in the people. But neither one of them have Brazilian butt lifts, and neither one of them are hot. Not hot.
Not
Delbo, hell no.
All right. Spanish, what do you think?
I'm opposites. I think they're both hot, which
Both
is
hot.
why they're able to get people to sign up for their Brazilian butt lifts.
I thought maybe the daughter would be hot, and for that reason, and then she's like, "No, that's my mother. My mother does it. She could do it for you for 6,000."
Carmen, what do you think?
I think you're not getting a butt lift or a BBL from someone that's not hot or doesn't have one. They're both hot.
Yeah.
Most,
so
that's
they're
not true.
show-
Most of the time, you get them from guys who are plastic surgeons.
they're showing off they're showing off the product. They're
Yeah.
like, look, you want this?
Yeah.
$6,000. That's
Get
all
a
it
little.
takes.
Get of a taste.
$3,000 a cheek. Yeah. wiggle it a little bit.
And you do one now and one next week.
Yeah. Put it on layaway. So
Yeah.
Carmen, you say both hot.
Both hot.
Spanish says both hot.
Yeah.
Mike says not hot.
I said Delbo, hell no.
Right. Pat. Show the butt lifters.
Butt lifter.
Ew.
I mean, just by looking at what they put in their face.
Right,
I mean, don't
exactly.
put that in my ass.
Because like the daughter could have been okay,
Yeah.
but she's got swolled up face. She looks like the girl from the band in the Muppets.
Yeah.
The place with Dr. Teeth.
Hell no, Delbo, indeed.
Yeah. Ooh, they're both, and she's like part Puma or something.
My wife used to work for New York Life Insurance.
Yeah.
Right here in Tampa. And every one of these local stories like that would happen to one of the people that she worked with. Like one time there was a guy taking pictures in the mall of people's dresses, and it was one of the girls that she worked with.
Really?
Then another guy was doing dentistry in a town and country apartment, and people were going there in the apartment and doing their dentist, and like two people at work was like, "Oh, that's my dentist."
Oh,
God.
It was like every one of these little stories that would come out of somewhere. You know, this happened. They're like, "Oh, that happened to Mary at work." you know?
like doing dentist work in a apartment doesn't really seem that bad, because when you go to the dentist, it's kind of like just, but also I can't go and do that because if I die, they go, well, what was he doing getting his
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're
Worked out.
assuming that the dentist in the apartment had a dentist chair and the
Yes.
tools.
Yeah.
I just assume it's a recliner and
Right.
some guy leaning over going, "I get that out." for you."
Yeah. I mean, I think you could probably set up a pretty nice
Right.
thing, but if you die, then you go, yeah, well, don't get your teeth worked on in somebody's living room, you
The
weirdo.
bad news is we have no Novocaine, but we will be very quick. Very quick. Galvin had his tooth pulled out.
I did.
Yeah, good for you.
Before we were going to leave Wednesday, we were leaving Thursday, and I was in some serious pain. And I got in there, and they were like, yeah, you have your wisdom tooth is coming in. So it was pushing the other teeth and doing that stuff. And I got it pulled, which, by the way, I'm such an idiot. My wife goes, "You never had your wisdom teeth taken out?" And I go, "No." And she goes, "How many do you have?" And I go, "Same as everybody else." And she goes, I go, 2? I go, I don't know.
4.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I was like, I don't know. How many do you have? Whatever. She goes, no, you have 4. And I go, oh, all right. I don't know. I go, apparently I have them all, whatever. But yeah, so they yanked it out and they told me this stuff. And my dentist is super cool. He goes, yeah, you don't want to have that on the cruise and stuff. Do this. You'll be totally fine.
What do they do? They knock you out? I mean,
No.
they numbed you up?
Did Novocaine, so they did shots in there. It's just a little pinch, and he goes, all right, gave me about 10 minutes, for it to kick in and stuff. Came back, and he goes, can you feel that? And I go, actually, I can still, feel that a little bit. And he goes, okay, let me do another one. And he went right in where it hurt the most, and I almost ripped the arm off the chair. I was like, because your mouth's wide open and doing it. He did it, but then it totally numbed up. Then I felt my whole thing, and he literally just went in, clunk. I didn't feel a thing, and then really no swelling. They gave me the medicine. They said, don't drink out of a straw on the cruise.
Yeah.
Right.
Dry socket.
Yeah, dry socket. And don't try not to spit. Like, want to spit. Like when you brush your teeth, just rinse with water. Just kind of let it fall out of your mouth. That was the whole thing. But they said, I go, can I drink cold drinks? And I do. And they were like, yeah, you can do it. You're probably going to be chewing on one side of your mouth,
Yeah.
And it was totally fine. Although I did feel the sutures because he did the sutures and he said they'll dissolve on their own, but it was like kind of long, so it felt like there was just a long thing in the back of it, and you're not supposed to play with it or anything. I'm like, yeah, it was weird, but it worked out totally fine.
It's a good thing they weren't impacted, because if they were impacted,
Yeah.
they'd have to get surgery.
Sure.
That's a pain.
I went to the dentist the same day you got your tooth pulled, and you put it on Instagram. I had to get it cleaning, and they were like, how's Galvin's teeth? Like, I don't know. It looks like they pulled it. I found out that day. I haven't had a tooth pulled in years, but I also have all 4 of my wisdom teeth.
Yeah.
And what sucks mostly is when they do the cleaning, they have to go all the way in the back. And I had a cavity last time, and it was all the way in the back there. And the doctor was like, oh, great. It's all the way in the back. And I go, oh, the bed. He goes, oh, it's just a pain in the ass to get to,
Yeah. Put his knee in your chest.
Yeah. I mean, I remember going to the dentist when I was 13, and they said, oh yeah, your wisdom teeth are coming in, we'll just pull them. And I was like, well, no, you won't. I was afraid to get my teeth pulled, and I never got it done, and they just grew in. And they're fine. I never have any problem. I flossed them.
Some people are super lucky when it comes to that, because I had a bunch of friends that the dentist told them, you're going to have your wisdom teeth
Yeah, they
pulled,
told me that
and
too.
they never did.
Right. But I think it's a convenience for them, and also it's probably a good, nobody's using them. Yeah, it's good, it's good insurance money, But I'm not pulling mine unless I need to. I'd rather, I went 14 years without going to the dentist. I know it's embarrassing to say, but I was deathly afraid of the dentist.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, but then I started going, and they've been great. And I'm like, I don't know why I was such a pussy all these years, because I've had fillings filled. I've had deep cleanings,
It only takes one of those times where you're at the dentist and you bleed and it hurts, and you're like, I'm never going back.
That was a big problem that I had, was they do that scraping thing on you.
Yep.
And once they came out with the sonic technology, I was like, oh, that's so much easier. But I maybe like 2 years ago had a problem back there, and they were going to have to do a root canal. And I go, what are the other options? He goes, we can pull it. And I go, yeah, do that.
Yeah.
So it's like in the back of my mouth. It's not something you could see. Like when I smile, I'm not, barn doors opening or anything like that. It's in the back here or whatever. And I go, yank
it. Yeah, you don't want to do a root canal.
No,
You're basically
so much easier, so much cheaper. Yeah, no pain.
Right. And when you get a root canal, most of the time you're going back once every 10 years for them to check on it and make sure you don't get an infection.
Do you guys know something called the birthday effect?
I do not. You said that earlier, and I never heard of that.
Yeah.
I've never heard.
Yes, birthday effect. What do you think it is?
Feel older when your birthday month comes?
That certainly is something, but that's not the birthday effect.
Birthday effect is when it's your birthday and you just go hog wild.
Well, it kind of ties in with that.
Okay.
So something called the birthday effect is in the news. Statistically, you are more likely to die on your birthday than on a normal day.
That's weird.
And that's because celebrating too hard with alcohol leads to more accidents and heart attacks.
I believe it.
Yeah, so if you're going hog wild on your birthday, woo, I'm 43. Yeah.
After watching people do that on the cruise, you would have thought it was a lot of people's birthdays.
Yeah,
on the
This
cruise,
is one of the oldest man things I'm ever going to say, but my cardiologist told me. He's like, you got to be careful on these cruises. He's like, I know on cruises you like to go and everybody likes to party and do too much. So when I went on this cruise, I was like, I'm going chill. I didn't eat. I had dessert one night.
Ooh.
The whole thing. Yeah.
What'd you get?
tiramisu, and I ate half of it.
Should have got
Not-
the red ice cream.
Certainly not. I wasn't dieting, but I just didn't want it, so I didn't eat it. But I didn't drink that much.
Well, and think about how many people go on the cruise, drink way more than they do, and then go in the hot tub for way too long.
Yeah.
Shut their heart down.
And do all that stuff,
And they're not sleeping well, so you got that going against you.
Plus all that urine in the hot tub.
Yummy.
For sure. Today is.
Oh, can I just point out? We were in the pool at Coco Cay.
Mhm.
I was in the pool. My sister was in the pool with her friends, and I was talking to them for like an hour. And then I just realized I've been in the pool for an hour. Everybody's peeing in this pool.
100%.
That's happening, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to
That's
do
what
it.
chlorine's for.
What's that?
That's what chlorine's for.
I didn't want to do it because I just felt like a big yellow cloud would come out of my pants. So I held it in. I held it in. I got out and I peed in the bathroom, and it was very uncomfortable because I had shrinkage.
Yeah.
And I was wet, and I couldn't tell if I was peeing in my own pants or if it was making it out. It was very hard to do. But I did not pee in the pool, although I felt like everybody else was.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
John Brennan and I were just talking. I guess Dimitri Martin has a new special out, and one of his best jokes is, well, one of other that I like. He goes, "There's a big difference between peeing in the pool and peeing into the pool."
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There's a big difference.
I mean, isn't. But there is.
Yeah.
Like you're doing, imagine how gross that would be if 10 people got up and stood around the pool and peed into the pool.
Right, while you're in there, while you're sitting, standing in the
But
pool.
yet, when you're in the pool and there's 10 people in there, they're
Exactly
peeing
what's
in the
happening.
pool while you're there.
Right.
Today is a national day that I don't think anyone in this room likes. I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. I think it's absolutely gross. Today is National Gin and Tonic Day.
Oh,
God.
can't say I ever had one.
Yeah.
I don't know what tastes worse, gin or tonic. Now mix them together and you got gin and tonic.
Yeah.
I used
Oh,
to
you
drink.
like it?
No. Not
In
a big
college,
gin
I
guy.
drank gin and tonics for a little bit. Same with White Russians. That was a short
White Russians
phase.
is great.
My dad, whose name is Jim, he and my mom would drink gin and tonics every once in a while. Very rarely they drank, but my dad called them Jim and tonics.
Oh.
Boom!
Isn't it amazing how you hit a certain age and those jokes? And I'm there now.
Yeah,
I'm 100% there now.
I love
For
that
sure.
jokes.
By the way, can I tell you that I made myself laugh so hard with that Liberty Bibberty joke
Yeah,
that I
that
did?
was good.
You did. You couldn't even get through it.
I loved it. I was waiting so. Oh God! Whenever it was Liberty, I was like, "Oh my God!" It came to me, Liberty Bibberty.
It's Liberty Bibbity.
Is it?
I don't know.
No,
I don't know, but when we were watching TV and the soap opera came on and we saw Liberty Bibbity guy in the soap opera, we were so excited. We're like, that's Liberty Bibbity.
A guy who's just trying to ruin his career, but probably only going to become more popular. Morgan Wallen was arrested on 3 counts of felony reckless endangerment Sunday night in downtown Nashville after allegedly throwing a chair off a 6th-story roof. The chair landed very close to 2 cops in a densely populated pedestrian area. We have his mugshot there on Bone TV where he's
Shouldn't
smiling.
smile. Shouldn't smile.
You should smile when you're a multimillionaire. And last time you got in trouble, your album went through the roof.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Well, you know how they prepare I have an album coming out in January, so I'm going to go to the Academy Awards. I'm going to walk the red carpet and talk about it. I'm going to be seen with this guy.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to do this and all these things. The Morgan Wallen is probably like, well, that N-word thing worked out really good, but I can't do that again because it also had a little bit of a backlash. He's like, so I'm going to throw a chair off.
Yeah.
Like that might be part of his deal.
But do you know how many people that listen to Morgan Wallen are like, he's just like me, man. We party, we throw stuff,
Yeah.
we say the N-word.
Oh.
You know, yeah. I guarantee you. Smile in
Ain't
the
stopping,
Hey, don't
ain't
do
stopping Morgan Wallen. Ain't stopping me.
Oh, my
By the way,
God.
when you're a multi-millionaire and you have the #1 album for however long and stuff, you smile in
It
your
makes
picture
sense.
because you're like, yeah, okay, big deal. What am I going to have to pay a $50 fine?
Everybody
Throw a
else,
chair.
yeah, do not smile.
I did not know that this was a thing, but apparently there are OnlyFans managers. Maybe it's a manager with OnlyFans, like that they work for OnlyFans, or
No, that's probably a guy putting it all together. Like you want to start out? I got a bunch of girls. Yeah.
all you have to do is this, whatever. Well, an OnlyFans manager claims that Britney Spears could make $100 million in a year if she joined the platform.
Easily.
I wouldn't pay 1 penny to see her naked.
What?
Now, if she was maybe, but
If she cleaned herself back up and fixed her teeth.
we've already seen enough of her naked. I wouldn't give her a penny to see one
she's
more of that
doing weird
disaster.
stuff,
If
dancing.
she did weird stuff, that'd be different.
She gets that kitchen knife and she's all
Yeah,
naked
she's
stuff
like
with the knife.
today's episodes called "Will This Fit?" I would watch that.
Right?
Yeah, but until that, I don't want to see her with them. I mean, she still looks okay, but I don't want to see that sloppiness.
Yeah, it's
just the
nice.
craziness, man.
Justin Timberlake does an OnlyFans. He makes $100 million.
Yeah,
Insiders say she has no interest in doing that.
I don't think that's true.
She probably has all the money too. She doesn't need money.
Maybe.
More than 30% of Americans think you can wear an artist merch without knowing any of their songs. So when you see somebody in a Nirvana t-shirt or this, that, and you're like, name 3 songs. All right.
So
30% of Americans say that's okay. Also, the most popular music artist t-shirt in America
Metallica,
belongs to not Metallica.
AC/DC.
Nirvana,
Not
Def
AC/DC,
Leppard.
not a rock band, I can tell you that.
Oh,
Britney Spears.
Not a rock band, and a newer artist. This is crazy. If this is right, the most popular music artist t-shirt
T-Swizz?
in America belongs to, you would think, T-Swizz.
Yeah.
After the line that they had out here and stuff, not T-Swizz.
Beyonce.
No.
It is
Drake.
Morgan Wallen.
No.
who?
Newer than all of those that you said.
Ice Spice.
No.
Newer than all of them.
Oh, here's the news, folks. I'm
That's
giving you the
breaking.
news.
Newer than all of those.
Yeah.
Most.
Nicki Minaj.
No.
Who's coming, by the way? No, wait.
Megan the Stallion.
No.
So hot.
Any other guesses?
Is it a male
Give
or
you
female?
One more guess each. Female, sorry. Female and very pretty. Younger,
Olivia
Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Olivia Rodrigo.
And all the shirts are worn by 50-year-old men.
Yeah.
I love Olivia Rodrigo's music.
Yeah.
I do. I like it a lot. I listen to it, and I think not only because she's hot, but
She can sing.
She's like kind of that pop punkish
Yeah.
kind of stuff. I'm into it.
I'm into it.
I don't care what you wear. That doesn't really bother me. Whenever somebody's trying to play off like they know the stuff, then you're like, all right, you don't know, whatever. But, if you have like, Kardashians wearing Slayer t-shirts, maybe someone will go, what is Slayer? And then get into it. Probably not. But, it's putting it out there.
Kim Kardashian in a Slayer t-shirt is hot to me.
Sure, of
I don't
course.
care if she's
Kim
ever heard of
Kardashian in a trash can is hot.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what she's wearing.
I'll tell you, she's a giver. Because she, to me, is the hottest girl in the world. And she's constantly posting photos just for my enjoyment. She posted the other day a picture of her in bikini. And then she'll do like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, I'm not just going to give you one. I'll show you everything. Yeah, I love her.
I still remember Ralphie May. We were talking about Kim Kardashian, and he goes, if she was in the hallway, I'd walk right past her. I go, there's no way. I go, just say you don't like her. That's fine.
Here's the problem. Having met her, she's short. And in those pictures, she looks like a tall supermodel. And she's a tiny little thing. So I think I know what Ralphie was trying to say. It's not that she's not gorgeous, but she's very average in person with a bunch of other people. So like you don't notice her more than other people, but I don't know. She shines to me. She's
very
gorgeous.
If she walked through the hallway of
And it's
CMG,
just her?
yeah, but I mean, or with anybody else in that building.
I'm just saying,
you
if
go,
she was in a crowd of good-looking girls,
Yeah.
I don't know that I'd pick her out of everybody else.
You said she's the most beautiful girl in the world, which I don't agree with. In my opinion,
I'm maybe exaggerating a little bit.
she's beautiful. Though.
Yeah.
She's beautiful. Like she's walking through Publix, you go, "What the?" You knock over all the soup.
100%.
I mean, yeah.
But and I call my wife and I go, "You're not gonna believe what I just saw in public."
Would you get mad at your wife?
Yeah, why are you not this pretty? No. But I'm just saying, it's just that she is. If you see her in California, it's not as good as if you see her in Clearwater.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's yeah.
Have you seen the new Skims model? She's a blonde. It's
No.
the actor Barry Keoghan's girlfriend.
I have not.
She is unbelievably gorgeous.
Really?
Oh my god.
I'm not particularly attracted to blondes, but I know one is beautiful.
Yeah.
That guy is weird looking to
100%.
me, but girls like him a lot, right,
I don't
Carmen?
get it.
Do you like
Well,
him
didn't
at all?
he show
or
his
no?
junk
Who?
in that movie?
Yeah.
That Barry, what is his
Keoghan?
Keoghan.
Keoghan.
Do you know who he is?
No, let me
He's
look him
a
up.
younger, newer guy. He's in a
Irish
bunch of
actor.
different stuff. Yeah.
He plays a very good weirdo in movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably because he's a weirdo.
Yeah.
I always assume everybody that acts is basically just doing themselves.
I agree
Unless
with
you
you.
have somebody who changes all the time and is really, really good and can do all the different
Like
stuff.
me. Like if I was in a movie, I'd be like, hey, yo, what are you doing? And I'd be so different from what I really do.
No, but like Ryan Reynolds is the same in every movie, and it works. It works for him. That's totally fine. But then you have like what's his name, My Left Foot, and Daniel Day-Lewis, who can change and be all these different things.
Like George Clooney's the same in every movie.
Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman's great. He can be totally different things.
George Clooney's just handsome man in every movie.
Handsome, smooth.
Brad Pitt,
same in every movie.
Yeah. Brad Pitt, let me eat something.
Dude, it's unbelievable how much he eats during movies.
I wonder. Like that's his choice.
Yeah.
I should be eating an apple.
Yeah. Shrimp.
Yeah.
Shrimp cocktail. Yeah.
Strange. Some TV shows that are having their final dates. 3 different TV shows for CBS. Bob Hart's Abishola.
I can't believe it's still on.
It's been on for 5 years now.
That's Billy has had 2 back-to-back successful television series.
Network TV,
He's
too.
set for life.
Yeah, for sure. That's an end on May 6th. Sorry, Mike. Young Sheldon ends on May 16th.
Why? That kid's not young anymore.
He's old.
He's fat now.
Old Sheldon.
Oh my God, he
He's
is
fat gay Sheldon.
Oh, that's too bad.
No.
And
I saw it. I saw a commercial for it yesterday, and that kid got fat.
No, he did not.
He's fat
Good for
Sheldon.
him. Good for
That's the
Fat
next one, Fat Sheldon.
he doesn't have a cute little voice anymore. He's like, I guess E equals MC squared. Is that right? And I did not know this was on TV. SWAT is done on May 17th.
Again.
Does that have the handsome
Yeah, I believe so.
Sherman, whatever his name is?
Isn't
Beautiful man.
Fez in that?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I thought he was.
Shamar Moore.
Shamar.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I called him
Shamar
Sherman.
Moore.
Yeah, that's a much cooler name.
Yeah.
Shamar. They
What'd you
probably
call
named him Sherman. They probably named him Sherman. And he goes, look how handsome I am. Call me Shamar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Michael Jackson kept saying, "Show up."
And then Pat Sajak's last episode of Wheel of Fortune will be on Friday, June 7th.
Yeah, I saw he taped it the other day.
Yeah.
So he's done. He's technically done.
How much money from Wheel of Fortune does he have? Just from Wheel of Fortune.
He owns radio stations.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
How about this? Some local news. A posthumous Aaron Carter album is coming out.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Lives on.
I want candy. No, that's not.
Dude.
Something about candy, right?
Like,
Didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love you
I
like
have
candy.
Yeah, I want care. I think that was it. Aaron.
But
I
it's
Want
not
Candy
I
is
want
another song.
candy. Yeah. It was something like I love you like candy or your lips.
I
are
want
like,
candy.
I want candy?
Yeah, that's the name of Aaron,
But-
from Aaron's party.
Yeah, I have it here.
But it's not like a remake of the dun to dun to dun to
No.
dun dun. That's not it. That's not it.
You sure this isn't it?
That's Nick Carter.
He should have done that song. That's a hit.
Jonathan Majors, who for a little bit was in every movie that was out in the movie theater. He was in like 4 movies all at once. Was sentenced to 52 weeks in prison, in person domestic intervention program after being convicted of reckless assault.
Yeah.
So he's not going to jail.
Got away.
He's going to be doing that.
There was a lot of
cake.
weird stuff with that case.
I don't know anything about it.
Witnesses.
I don't know who that guy is. I could picture him, but I don't know what he did.
I remember that he had some problems, and then like 9 different things happened all at once, and it was like, oh, this is not good for this guy.
Kang.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is him.
He was going to be Kang.
Yep. He was Kang, and then they
Was
said,
Kang.
nope. See you later, Ant-Man.
But he was. Was he in that movie?
He was, yeah. He was in the Quantum Ant-Man movie.
I didn't. I
didn't
saw
either.
the first Ant-Man movie, and I was so mad at Robert Kelly for making me see it that I refused to watch it. The only time Ant-Man was good was when he was in Infinity War and he turned big.
Yeah,
that was
it
the
was
only
awesome.
time it was good.
Prosecutors, which remember that they were all everybody. The rumor was that he was going to go inside Thanos
Yeah.
and do that.
You know what? Can I tell you that what they're doing on social media that I think is really cool? They're recasting the Avengers with 70s and 80s actors.
that would've been cool.
So they got, who would you pick for Iron Man?
Ooh, 70s and 80s.
I'll give you some.
actors.
They've got Jane Fonda as Captain Marvel. They have Robert Redford as Captain America.
Okay, are you going to have good actors? Because I was thinking like Hasselhoff as Iron Man or something.
Well, I mean that's more 80s, but yeah, this is like 70s.
70. Oh, so 70s. Let's see, 70s.
Yeah, they did a
Iron
70s
Man.
and then they did an 80s.
70s Iron Man.
I know who
Would
I'd
be
love to
good.
see.
Ooh, Burt Reynolds.
That's who they
Oh,
picked.
yeah.
Oh, is it? Yeah,
Burt
yeah. He'd be
Reynolds,
great. Yeah.
Chris Christopherson.
They didn't have any Christophersons. They had Alan Alda was Hawkeye. Literally,
That's hilarious.
they had
Lou Ferrigno could be the
They had
Incredible
Lou
Hulk.
Ferrigno as the Hulk, but Dustin Hoffman as Bruce Banner.
Banner, yeah.
Trying to think of some of the other. Tell me the heroes, and I'll tell you who they were. They had James Brolin as Thanos.
Perfect.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Who's Spider-Man?
Michael J. Fox.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Even though he's more 80s,
That's
it
cool.
kind of fit in.
Did they put in Larry Hegman?
Larry Hegman did not make it. He also
Right?
He would have been. Would he be a better bad guy or a better good guy?
I think he'd be a good guy.
I
He'd
tell
be
you,
a good bad guy. I think.
you watch I Dream of Jeannie now. God damn, she was
Jeannie?
hot.
Yo.
Oh yeah.
She was so smoking hot. I never really thought about that
Yeah.
until because when I was a kid, when it was on, I was just a kid. I wasn't looking at that kind of stuff.
Right.
Now I look at it now and I go, Jesus
Mamma
Christ.
Mia.
Oh, that's like Three's Company too. Three's Company. Suzanne Summers just bouncing around with no bra.
Oh, yeah.
The entire time. You're like, good lord.
I'll tell you, I'm not embarrassed to say it. I was after Mrs. Roper. I was like, how could he not give that woman starving for sex? Give her the sex that she wants.
Get under that
Mr.
moo-moo.
Roper, yeah. Oh,
You know. Prosecutors in Alec Baldwin's upcoming Rust trial say that his inability to control his emotions is one of the reasons the cinematographer was killed.
Oh, Jesus,
Oh.
dude.
I mean,
We're still dragging this out. I just, I don't know.
this is where there should be a commissioner of common sense to just come in and go, this is an accident. Alec Baldwin's not to blame. If you have to blame somebody, it's got to be the person who put the bullet in there when there should have been a bullet. And even that's involuntary manslaughter. Give her a suspended sentence. It's an accident, and that's just what happened.
Sad accident, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. Now, after all this time, if there's no proof of any wrongdoing, because the theory that somebody tried to set Alec Baldwin up is great because he's so anti-gun, and now he had him using a gun in a movie and killing somebody, it makes sense. But if there's no proof to that whatsoever, let it go already.
Sasha Baron Cohen and Isla Fisher are getting divorced. They
what?
put out a joint statement, said she is no longer going to be my wife. So they
Did you hear-
filed last year, I guess.
I don't know if we talked about this or not, but did you see the footage of him and Fat Amy? What's her name?
Oh,
Rebel Wilson.
yeah.
That she called him out in the book and said that it's a video of them and they're kissing and he's trying to get her. He's like grabbing her boobs and he's trying to get her to stick his finger, and it's pretty funny. But I'm not in her position, so I can't say it. But it didn't seem like it was bad. It seemed like it was him being funny. You know, what I mean?
Maybe don't do a comedy then.
Yeah,
Just,
right.
you
Yeah,
know.
I don't know. I didn't see all of it, but she's not suing him. She just said that he was a jerk.
Yeah.
I know, but I don't know. It just seems weird. Like, if you're trying to be funny, be funny, not, I'm serious, actress. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up.
She lost her virginity at 35.
Yeah, that's
What?
what she says?
She said that she lost her virginity at 35, and she couldn't believe that this guy was wanting to make sweet love to her while everybody else was calling her Fat Amy.
Yeah, well, I mean, some dudes are
John
into it.
Brennan and I talked about this all the time. There's something about her we always thought was
Yeah.
attractive, even when she was fat and weird,
Yeah, I mean,
But also, isn't she like with a girl now? Like, I don't even think she's with dudes.
oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I think there was something. Who knows? I don't care. I don't care enough to investigate.
Yeah.
You're thinking about that lady from Glee.
Jane Lynch.
Yeah.
Batman's first comic book sold for how much at an auction? First
$2 million.
Batman, $2 million.
1 million.
1 million.
750,000.
750. Carmen?
500 million.
Whoa. Whoa. That lady who won the Oregon lottery bought it.
No, it sold for 1.825 million. Sir, $1,825,000.
So I was close.
Yeah, close.
Yeah.
Close.
Did you see the woman who won the not the Powerball, but she won $90,000 in the lottery and quit her job?
Yeah, I
And then
did
she
see
only
that.
took home $64,000. And she quit her job.
Yeah, but
I don't know how bad her job was,
Right.
but she better look for a new job next year.
Also, how old is she?
She's younger. Like, she's 40 maybe.
Oh, well, then, yeah, she's going to be.
I bet you she has kids.
Yeah. Find a new job, probably. And then finally in news, I think this is going to be great. The name alone, I'm going to see this. Amy Adam who is, I think, one of the female celebrities that can look the best and worst.
It's crazy.
And like some movies, she looks absolutely stunning in. And I mean, I get it. Like she's supposed to look bad in the movie, and they do a good job with it. But she looks good in some, sexy in that one American Hustle, where they're messing around in the bathroom, and she's got a dress on and stuff. Yeah, she looks great. Well, Amy Adams stars in a movie called Night Bitch. About a mom who thinks she's turning into a dog at night.
Awesome.
Night bitch.
It's gonna be terrible.
Night bitch. I love it.
That's what our husband said to her. Night bitch. I watched a Dr. Phil episode the other day.
Yeah.
About a 30-something-year-old guy who still lived at home with his parents and thought he was a superhero and went out and fought crime.
Love it.
But he would make his own weapons and he would go out at night and fight crime. That's what I said. I love it. I love it.
Until he gets shot in the gut.
But he would hide like a ninja in corners of the house and jump out and scare his parents. And it's great. They show him like Kato. They showed him just squeezed up in a thing. His mother walked down the stairs and he jumps out. And she's like, God damn it, Roger. And he goes, don't call me Roger. It's Captain Dude. It was great.
Remember all those people over in Orlando?
Oh, yeah.
Thought they were superheroes.
They went out in a group together. They thought they were really like the Avengers. We had one of those guys on the air.
Yeah, we sure did. That is it for news.
All right, Galvin, thank you for that.
Got it.
We shall take a break. If you'd like to get through on the phone line, 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 1025 The Bone. Joe.
Yes, Michael.
Pap.
Yes.
What is today? Don't look.
Today is Tuesday.
What does it say on Bone TV?
Hold on. Let me look.
I think it's the YouTube channel, actually.
Oh.
Right now, it doesn't say anything.
It did say Monday earlier.
It did?
I noticed that, yeah.
At the very beginning?
I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal. I just wasn't sure if you knew what day it was. I was concerned with your well-being.
Well, I probably was confused, Michael.
That's okay.
It did say Monday.
It did, right, Carmen?
Yes, it says Monday. I'm watching back right now. I'm on Sporkle. It says Monday Sporkle.
That's okay. I told you, it's not that big of a deal, Joe. It's a little confusing to the people.
Yeah. Sorry,
but
everyone.
I wanted to make sure that you
I got the date right.
knew what day it was. Yeah.
I would like to also point out it says Monday, good morning, and then it says the Mike Calta A Show.
It does?
Well, it did.
Oh, all right.
Did you fix it?
Yeah, I fixed it. Sorry.
And we started off with the Mike Calta After Show with Dizzy.
I fixed that too.
Oh, Joe.
Wednesday,
Oh,
Calta
Joe.
Cruise set sail tomorrow.
Oh, Joe.
Well, we came in a little bit late today, so I was a little unprepared.
It's all right. Proud of
Sorry.
You left late today, is that what you said?
No. No, we came in late.
Yes.
Because
you did
because
you
of
did a
Gio.
great service.
And I blame Gio.
Gio did not make it in today. And,
Yeah.
Gio's most important job is bringing coffee here in the studio. And Gio could not get up today because he got the poops from his cousin.
Total fail.
Yeah. Did they share a room?
Yes.
Gross.
Yeah. Roughshod Todd.
I had a tremendous room, and I wouldn't want to share that with anybody.
I don't blame you.
Right?
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah. It was easy for me and Dizzy because we're not even a whole person.
Is it true you didn't separate the beds?
No, we separated the beds after a couple days.
Is it true you slept in the drawers?
Yes, that is also true. That is also true.
You could have slept in my room in the drawers. I wouldn't know you were there.
Well, our guy was like nowhere to be found.
Mine
in the
either.
hallway. Yeah, so I had to call down to room service and ask them to separate the beds.
Okay, well, I will tell you something. My guy, he cleaned my room twice the whole time. Part of that's my fault because I was sleeping in there or I left the little do not disturb thing on. I get it. But one time we came back to the room, Pete and I had rooms next to each other. Side note, Pete and I on the way to the room, I looked at Pete and I go, people must think we're the fattest fags on this whole boat. And he goes, what do you mean? I go, we do everything together, and then when it's time to go to the room, we walk to the rooms together because we got rooms next to each other. They're sure we're banging, for sure.
Now, Spanish, was there any sock left on your doors? Was there any sex in your room?
No sex in my room.
I don't believe anything you say about that.
So, yeah,
Not necessarily from you, but what about Dizzy?
Right.
He was throwing it out there.
Well, I was sleeping in there the majority of the time, especially on the last night because I had to drive everybody the next day, so I went to bed early.
I heard Dizzy's cousin was worse than Gio's cousin.
Bro.
Oh,
It was bad. At one point, we were all hanging out in the smoking area on the 11th level, and he was drunk and talking about going in the hot tub, and he took
He was
his
inviting other dudes in the hot tub.
not only that, but he took his pants off and is standing in his underwear, and he's catcalling girls that are walking that we don't know what age they are. We have no idea. And he's yelling at them to go into the hot tub. And at one point, Ian was there, and he turned around and he goes, "Has catcalling ever worked for you?"
I was going to say, how did that work out for him?
Not great. And he just went, "Yeah, it has." And Ian just looked at him and went, "Now you're just being a liar."
Yeah.
And then that dude from who had neck tattoos wanted to go in with him, left, got his bathing suit, and came back, was all excited. And then he was like, "No, I'm not going in the hot tub."
I know a girl that made out with Dizzy's cousin.
Oh, yeah?
She said, "I made out with Dizzy's cousin and I wasn't feeling it." And then when I told him that, he got very mad. I was
Super
like,
mad.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, well, she started hanging out with me, and then he got all weird with me, and I was like, "Bro, you can have her,
You took
dude.
his
Like,
girl?
I'm not." No, she wasn't. She no, 100%.
By the way, also rookie move for Dizzy or Spanish to bring a girl back to their room. You do it in her room.
Yeah.
You don't want them knowing your room number
they're-
when they show up.
Yeah,
and all
but
that
they're
stuff.
probably the girls they were probably with their parents.
All right.
I don't know. Yeah,
Like, college
I
spring break.
I can tell you, I didn't, but I can't speak for Dizzy. I know he got home super late that last
Can't
night.
speak for him or won't speak. for him?
I won't because I don't know. Yeah,
Oh, you do know.
I mean he said some things, but I don't want to put his business out there.
Why?
God, I don't
This
wanna
whole
put his
show is
business out
about
there.
putting people's business
Yeah, I
out
think
there.
he did. I think he might have.
Really?
Yeah.
With who?
He didn't confirm it, but he was out super late the last night. And when he came into the room, he swung the door open and scared the
Like a
hell out
guy
of me.
who just did some stuff.
Right,
Triumphantly.
Yeah.
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 Wait a second. So, do we know who with who?
I do not know with who. I didn't. I swear I didn't ask who.
If you had a guess,
If I had to guess, I would say it definitely wasn't a listener because he mentioned numerous times that he didn't want to hook up with any listeners. But there were plenty of girls on the boat that weren't listeners because he was at the club
there?
the last
I didn't
night.
notice any
There
of that.
were. Yes.
I didn't go to the club
Yes.
at all.
It was nice.
We had one thing planned in the club. It was so the first night we went there was a silent disco. That's where everybody wears headphones and dances. But then if you don't have headphones, you just look at a bunch of people gyrating on the floor.
I
It's pretty
love
funny.
that.
Yeah.
I had so much fun. I want to go to more of those.
All right. I'll take it.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the second night we had a party up there where we were supposed to go up there and have a Pap 70s disco party.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever planned that didn't bother to look at the schedule because there was no music being played in the room at the time at all. So it was just an open bar. So we actually went and got the guitars and took over that room. They were very nervous about that. The security came up and it was a big deal. And then we played and Galvin Oppenheimer farted the entire room.
Bro, that was intense.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That's what you get when you don't drink for a long time and then you drink.
Yeah.
You know,
I
it
know.
released.
Mine came out in a different way.
Yeah.
In my room, in my toilet.
So you reminded me of something whenever you said about your cleaning guy. You only cleaned your room twice, whatever. Would you like to hear the conclusion of the missing Led Zeppelin
Yes.
shoes?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes. And then I got to give you the conclusion of my guy. Go ahead.
So, for those who do not know, because I don't think we talked about this, the podcast was prior to this. So, we were going to go to the final party. Well, earlier that day, I went to the pool and I wore my other shoes. I only had 3 pairs of shoes. It's a cruise, so you don't need a bunch. And I saw my Zeppelin shoes right there. I have Led Zeppelin Vans that I have.
bought you those, didn't I?
Not those ones.
Okay.
You bought me the high top ones.
Okay.
So I have 2 different pair.
I just wanted to be part of the story.
Yeah, these are leather Vans that have the Led Zeppelin logo all over them. And so I had those with me. Well, when I got back, we had not had our room cleaned. We were like, we're fine. Don't worry about it. But then at that point, we're like, all right, we'll have them clean the room and we'll come back. It'll be all nice. So we came back. We're getting ready for the party. And I cannot find my Led Zeppelin shoes. And I'm like, this is impossible. We're in a room. It's like, a room the size of this room. You'll be able to find something. Looked under the bed, did all this stuff, looked in the closet, looked outside on the balcony, looked everywhere, could not find them. And my wife is like, it's impossible. Like who? The only other person that was in her room, the cleaning people.
Chico.
And I even said, what if they just had the door open and somebody walked in? And she goes, but then who's just grabbing shoes and they have to be the same size? I go, yeah, I don't know. It's wild. So we call, they come, security comes, all this, that. We have 3 different people in our room looking. They all look. We already both looked. Then later on, I have to go down to guest services and sign a thing to get security involved so they can look at the video footage to see who was in our room. 3 more people in the room with me. They all look. Flashlights, this, that, everything.
For shoes.
Looking up on top of things, and I'm like, I can see up there. I'm taller. And look for it. Cannot find them anywhere. All right, well, whatever the hell happened. Who knows? Packing. My wife moves a shirt, and my shoes are right under. They were in the closet, but they were in the corner. My wife.
None of you people found them.
My wife moved them. They were in the closet. Yeah, and that's what I said. I go, is there a possibility that those weren't there? Somebody brought them in, put them back there, and put a shirt over.
No.
Because Carmen, maybe not. But I mean, there was.
How did nobody else see him?
9 people in our room that moved everything, that looked under the bed, that looked on top of this with flashlights and moving things. They were literally picking up my luggage and like throwing all of my clothes around and stuff.
Wow.
Nobody saw them there, and then they were there. I just started laughing, and then of course the whole thing became my shoes. Where are my shoes?
Were they mad at you?
No. The lady was very happy because I saw the one lady and I said, we did find them. I said, we all looked because she knew she looked, and she was in there. I go, I can't believe 9 of us couldn't find it and stuff. And she goes, I'm very happy you found your shoes.
That's crazy. Yeah. So Pete has this ability to communicate with the staff. That sounds like it's being mean, but we found out over time it works. So if you need a waiter or somebody and you go, excuse me, sir, waiter, no, you usually get nothing. Pete came up with this language. It's not really Asian. It's not really German. It's
a little Roadrunner.
Maybe. Pete just goes, meh, meh, and it attracts attention. So we tried it in the restaurant. We needed a waiter, and I was like, excuse me. And then all of a sudden I hear, meh, meh, and the waiter turns around and he goes, yes, Mr. Mike, how can I help you? How is that working? So nothing was better than when we got up to Pete's room, and Maya was going to my room, and I realized I had left my key in the room because I was in a hurry to get out, and I forgot to take it. And I go, what do? I have to come in your room and call the guy. And Pete goes, no, he's down the hall. I go, where? And he goes down. I go, Mark? And I go, where would he be? And Pete goes, meh, meh. And he goes, 1 second, Mr. P. From out of nowhere. 1 second, Mr. P. Comes climbing out of the walls, comes down, and is like, I locked myself out. He's like, oh, I got you. He opened my door. I was like, son of a bitch, man. That meh works for everything.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not really rude.
No.
You know? Steve Byrne had the best line. Nobody was listening to him in the beginning do comedy because everybody was kind of getting settled. And Steve goes, I know you're confused. I know you're thinking, does this guy work here because I'm half Asian? That was funny.
One of the girls, I was talking to Steve. We were in the casino, and I was talking to him, and I was telling him the story about the shoes and stuff. And she looks, and she's talking, and she said something to her, and she goes, oh, you're the comedian. I thought you were the casino host because he's wearing a
Well, he was in the suit.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Sorry.
I was like, what is it? We all looked at each other.
Carmen fell asleep.
Carmen, what was the highlight for you?
Like the surfing. Honestly, I had so much fun doing that. It was like, I don't know. That was honestly my favorite part.
Yeah, no,
I just want to go to a water park now.
Yeah.
Can you go to the beach? No, because they have no waves, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, not in.
You could boogie board on the beach, but not like what Carmen was doing.
I got to tell you, I drank a lot on this cruise.
So
Yeah.
I did more than normal for
Yeah,
Sure,
sure.
a lot of drinking.
Thank you, Galvin.
Oh, you're
for my
welcome.
drink package.
Happy birthday.
That was that was.
I got to thank Gio and Todd because at one point Todd left his card somewhere. And we were just like, yeah, baby.
Shut
Drink
up.
package. Yeah. He was wasted.
If you had to push one of them overboard, Gio's cousin or Dizzy's cousin,
Oh, can't do both?
no, you got to do only one, and you have to love the other one.
After Dizzy's cousin fell asleep in our room and refused to leave.
What do you mean you refused to leave?
He fell asleep in the chair and wouldn't leave. And like we kept trying to get him out and move him. And at one point,
He
Dizzy
became combative.
Yeah, he wanted to fight Dizzy, and Dizzy looked at me, and I was like, I haven't gotten into a fight in years, but I would definitely.
I would have yoked him out of that room in a second.
Listen, the weird thing about Dizzy's cousin is there's no indicators that he was that problem
Oh, dude.
prior to.
I don't remember him, so I don't even know.
No.
What do you have, face tattoos?
No.
He had a situation right before
Yeah.
the cruise. But Todd, Gio's cousin, did not bother me.
No.
You weren't with him long enough.
No, I was because Gio
I hung out
even
with him a
said
lot.
Gio's like he's a talker. He would come over and talk to me for a few minutes, and then I would just walk away.
Dude,
You know?
I wish I had video of the look on Gio's face when Todd walked up
His
to
head-
Mike to
oh,
talk. He
sheer
went,
panic.
oh God, he's going to talk to Mike. He's going to talk to Mike.
But the great thing was he was in the middle of a sentence and saw
Yeah,
it.
he did. He was
so
like-
he was like, I think we go over to the. Oh my God, Todd's talking to this like
But I don't understand what the big deal is. I wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't worried about you so much as he was worried about Todd doing what Todd does. And,
I
you know,
would- I
I
don't
love
care.
Todd.
You do?
Yes, I love Todd.
Do you, have the, you know the
way more
same
than
guy?
Gio.
Yes, way more than Gio. Todd is way better. Todd is
Yeah.
awesome.
Todd is much nicer than Gio, I will tell you
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
He's great
Very more
at
pleasant.
Yeah, very pleasant. God is very inspirational.
Yeah.
At one point, I guess he lost his card and he had like switched cards with somebody.
Yeah.
And he was just buying drinks on their package.
Oh my God.
That he did that, and then JoJo's cousin just grabbed somebody's phone one night and took it into our room and left it in our room. And luckily it was a
Who's
listener's
JoJo's cousin?
or Dizzy's cousin JoJo. Sorry. And we had to return it to the listener. So thank God we found her. But yeah.
We're getting a lot of phone calls coming in. Hopefully it's Dizzy's cousin. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Good. What's happening?
Good, buddy. I just had a question. The girl in one of the pictures with the arm tattoo, very pretty. The girl with it was one of the pictures. She had like blondish, brownish hair, and she had like an arm tattoo. She looked like she was wearing a tank top. She was dressed up. Was that Barbara? Was that Barb?
Barb doesn't
No.
have any arm tattoos, no.
Barb does not Barb has one tattoo.
But I'd like
no
to meet
arm
this
tattoo.
girl you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, if you look in the picture on your Instagram, there was somebody posted there was a girl kind of looked like Carmen. That's what I thought. She was kind of like kneeling down, bottom right, and she had like an arm like a kind of like a shoulder tattoo.
This guy, look at the picture.
By the way, described 90% of the women that were on there. Kind of light brown hair, has a tattoo.
Is she wearing?
She's on your Instagram.
She wearing glasses?
No, she was not.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
She was not wearing glasses.
I'm looking at the
But, I mean,
picture right now. There's a group picture, and there's a girl with an arm tattoo.
Did
but she's
she
wearing
have
glasses.
braids, sir? Braids in her hair?
If you look at the picture where, Mike, you're in the back and your friend's to the right, Pete, if you look on the bottom, she's actually kneeling. She's got kind of like after practice in football, how like they do with the kneel.
Yeah,
one
she's
kneel
wearing
and-
she's wearing glasses.
Yes.
Yeah, that is not Carmen's sister. That is a girl that I told her that my wife refers to her as my girlfriend because I like all her pictures. My wife goes, "Oh, it's your girlfriend," and I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, "I don't know. You like all her pictures on
But
Instagram." I go, "I like all girl pictures on Instagram."
Yeah, she's just a listener. She is married, and she actually goes to Paige, my hair girl.
I know. Yeah. She told me about that. Well,
She's
thank
cool.
you
Yeah,
for
I saw the-
stalking the picture, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome, guys. Love you.
Carmen,
Yes.
Paige.
Paige.
Age.
Paige.
Paige is a girl who does Carmen's hair, and
Yes.
she's right up my alley. She's got dark hair and tattoos,
Everywhere.
and she put out a picture of her laying out in the sun, where you could see her full back and her butt like in a thong, and I just wrote, "Wow!" And she goes, and she sent me another picture of her back, and she goes, "I know a lot of people didn't know I had that done. It's a full back tattoo." And I go, "Oh no, I was totally talking about your butt."
That one I was wowing.
I didn't even notice you had a tattoo after looking at your butt. Yeah. She looked great.
Yeah. And she did awesome. She did my braids for me, which I have to tell ladies, that is the way to do vacation because you don't have to wash your hair. You don't have to get ready.
That sounds so gross.
You say this, but literally you can go. You're not supposed to wash your hair every day.
No, you're not.
You're clean, you know. Even you're
Oh,
two
yeah.
people with
Look at
dirty
Joe.
hair telling us this.
Yeah, says the guy who has no hair. I'm telling you, you're not
Who's she
supposed
talking about?
I think you.
you're not supposed to wash your hair every day.
My
Do you think that's what happened? Mike washed his
washed
hair
it.
too
Damn
much
it.
and
I
washed
washed
it.
it right out of my
Yeah.
I'm gonna wash that hair right out of my hair. My wife and daughter have had those braids before. I love them.
Yeah. And like I said, but it's just like for vacation, it's so easy. And then on top of that, because they were pink, I literally just coordinated all my outfits with pink and black, basically. So it
I don't like the way you say that word.
What?
Pink.
Pink?
Pink.
Pink.
Pink?
Yeah, it's pink.
Pink.
You say pink.
Said pink.
Mm.
Anyway, I loved my braids, and thank you, Paige.
My
And
wife
they were
can't say
awesome.
Vanguard.
Thank
She
God.
says Vanguard.
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 Not Vanguard.
Pink.
Vanguard.
Pink.
Pink.
My friend
How-
Joey Fonteo says TV. Like he puts the E on the wrong letter.
Oh, like how Joe spells it. TV.
Yeah, but he says TV.
Does he say cement?
Probably.
Instead of
Probably.
cement.
Does he say cocaine? Instead of cocaine?
No, everybody says it right. No, so I found this new Instagram that I love. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. I don't know if it's in my algorithm, but it's a Russian guy whose daughter speaks English and Russian, and they give him words to say, and in Russian they'll say, and he'll go, father. And the little girl, who's got to be like 4 or 5, she goes, it's not father, it's father. Like she just right to his face, just immediate. He's like, mother. And she's like, it's not mother. Like she just destroys the guy.
I like the one where they have Hispanic people say fast food places.
I love it.
And
I love it so much. Yeah.
I think I sent it to you. I told you about it. Have you seen the guy, the Australian guy who is betting a dime for every follower that he has, and he plays a hand of blackjack
Every
And
day?
Yeah, every day. He keeps doing it, and he's gaining more followers. So, like the last one I watched, he bet like $62,000 on one hand of blackjack. Yeah, he's been building it up the entire time. I don't know where he's getting the money from to put the initial bet down, but he had 3 pushes in a row. And then he wound up winning, so he like doubled up, and then he keeps going. So now he has enough money, but yeah, he just lost $62,000 the other day, and he goes, bummer, we'll be back betting even more tomorrow. It's so funny though, the way he does it, the way he sets it up and everything. It's good. It's just a good idea for Instagram if you want followers. I
don't know how people do it. I'm the poorest rich guy I know. Like I'm like Pete yesterday had a new Hummer in his garage. We stopped at his house.
Electric one?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the only new one. Who's talking? Alexa, stop. So he opens it up and I walk up to it and I go, oh man, it's wrapped. It just looks awesome. And I go, I go, let me take this one. First I said, give this to me for my birthday. I said, let me take this one for a little while. And he goes, dude, you can lease them now for $900 a month. And I go, are you serious? Because if you buy it, it's $150,000, And he goes, yeah. I go, all right, done deal. And he goes, again. I go, for $900 a month. And I took 2 steps and I went, no, that's so insane to me. What a waste of money that is. No way. I'm taking my Stingray Chevrolet Silverado and I'm not looking back at your dumb electric car.
Not worth it.
I'm not paying $900 a month for anything.
No way. Way.
I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. Do I want to drive it around and have fun in it for a little while? Yeah, but do I want to pay for it? No way.
What if you lease it for 3 months?
Yeah, but then I'm going to really want it because then I'm in it.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? I got my butt print in it by that point. Yeah, I don't know. I just, I can't see me wasting. I'm at that age where I can't see me wasting money on stuff.
I wonder about that sometimes because whenever I see people with cars that, they lease, I'm like, how? You've got to be spending so much money. And I know.
Well, we lease some cars.
Yeah, no, but you're fine. You're
Yeah.
making enough money. There's people that I think their entire job is going to their car. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like their
yeah. How
entire
they do it,
salary.
yeah.
It's like, are you eating? Do you have power at home? What?
Are you eating?
Or you just have a really nice car?
Dude, that was when I lived in Miami. And when I lived in Miami, everybody had a Mercedes or better. And then they lived in a dumpy house.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would you do? What is the?
There's a lot of people that do that.
Yeah. You're so much smarter to be house poor than car rich.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, house rich than
House
car rich.
carport, yeah.
Tell me about it, Michael.
Yeah.
What, Joe?
Tell me about it.
Yeah, you got no cars and a
That's
beautiful
right.
house.
Well, that's all I got.
Yeah.
I got a couple of friends whose it was their dream. 'Cause we grew up in Fort Lauderdale, and it was their dream to own like condos in Miami. And one of my buddies is a lawyer, and he's doing well for himself. And he's got a condo now in Miami, but it's like I think it's him and his wife, and I think they both pay $4,000 a piece to stay in this condo. And he drives a old beat up Buick that he shows up to appointments and to the courthouse, and it's like, oh, all right, I see what
Look,
you're doing.
it's expensive to live
Oh
there.
my
I lived
God,
there.
dude, yeah.
I stayed at a place one time in Miami Beach, and there was an Italian restaurant, and they were like, if you're staying within 10 miles, we'll come pick you up in a limo. And I went, what? Fancy.
I gotta tell you, my lawyer shows up in an '83 Buick Skylark. I'm like, I'm going to jail. This is the worst.
And he's what's so crazy is he's one of, in my opinion, of my friends that have become lawyers that all practice the same law.
Right.
He's the most put together when it comes to that. But he shows up and it's got like ratty tint, you know. He gets out of the car, the door squeaks and slams, you know. But he's got a great condo that overlooks downtown.
You've heard of the Lincoln lawyer? This is a Buick lawyer.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I definitely look at people like that and judge them on, like, people who want to tell you about success need to show some sign of success first.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have a hard time taking spiritual advice from you.
That's fine, yeah.
If you're a life coach and you don't have your life together, what is going on?
Yeah. Yeah, like anybody who's selling something that they're not already excelling in, I'm like, well, you're
Marcus Lemonis gives you advice on business and stuff. You go, yeah, absolutely. I'm listening to this guy. This guy, Mark Cuban, you know, any of the Marks.
Sure. They've done well for themselves.
Yeah. But somebody who shows up in a Geo Metro and is going to give you life advice, you're going to go, maybe not you.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Daewoo.
Oh, don't diss the Daewoo.
Yeah.
I love that car.
Yeah, it was all right.
Did you have one or no?
I drove one for a little bit, but it was not mine.
Several of them.
No. Several?
Yeah. Not all at one time. I'd have one, then I'd get a new one, and that was a nice little car.
I had to drive my buddy's Daewoo because he did not have a license and I did. Because I was older by a year, yeah.
I got yelled at by older Americans on which part of Korea it came from. And I'd always go, the good part. And they go, okay, that's fine. That happened more than once.
Really?
Isn't that the Korean car? Which part of Korea? And I go, oh, the good part. And they're like, all right, just checking. I don't know. What do I know?
Yeah.
This car's free and I love it.
Yeah, it sounds great.
It had a maxed out sound system with a big light show in it.
Isn't that the best?
The
The
whole
sound
dashboard.
systems are, you could drive a total beater and then
When you're 29 years old, it's the greatest thing ever. Yeah. I loved it.
Rock it till the wheels fall off.
Now I don't. I used to have people go, you should put a stereo in it. I go, okay, get out. Like the Hummer, I put everything in it except for a stereo. And it was like, you got a bass?
Oh, when I got that Corvette, that was the first thing I did. Put a big giant stereo the whole
Really?
entire back. Oh yeah, of course. You have to, because it had it had the stock stereo in it.
Oh, yeah.
It had the stock stereo. So I got Bluetooth and put. I literally had. Who was your guy that was over in close to
Charlie?
Yeah. Charlie did it. They measured the exact back of it and had it put the speakers put it was so loud. And of course all I rocked was Foreigner and Van Halen. I mean, that's what you have to do. It's a 77 Corvette. Let's go. Do it.
That tickle vibration in the butt would bother me so bad. All right, we got things to give away, Carmen, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Do you stop listening to a show at a certain point?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. We'll play something. We'll give some stuff away next. Then Dom will join us at the top of the hour to take your legal calls. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Let's do a little bit of redneck bingo. They got some new categories.
Yeah.
A lot of chicks. Coastal cowgirl.
What is a coastal cowgirl?
Country Latino. I gotta hear some of that. This doesn't count. This is just for all. Is this in English or Spanish? My first artist is going to be John Party.
John Party.
I think we did that one already.
Okay. I think we did all of them. I'm going to be honest.
God
with you.
damn, Galvin, I think you're right.
Yeah, I just go with it because we don't remember. And
How about we're going to go Little Big Town?
every song I hear, I go, is this it? I don't know. Same thing.
We'll go Little Big Town.
Little Big Town is going to say a city or state.
All right. Spanish?
I am going to say girl.
City or state? Girl, Carmen?
I'm going to go tree.
A tree. All right. Joe, you want to play since Gio's not here? Turn your mic on, stupid.
Yes. I would like to say whiskey.
Whiskey. All right. Let's go to the phone lines. All right. How you doing? Who is this?
Hey, this is Josh.
Josh, we got city or state, girl, tree, and whiskey. What would you like to add to that for Redneck Bingo?
Dog.
Dog. All right. Might be right. I don't know anything about this music. All I know is that Morgan Wallen threw a chair off a balcony, and he's probably going to be more popular than ever tomorrow. This is 1 minute on the clock for Little Big Town song called Pontoon. I assume about the boat, but who knows? Here we go. We're voting Little Big Town, but I'm sorry. You are not a winner. They did not say any of those words.
What a terrible
And we were forced to listen to that crap.
You back your boat into the water. You unhook the trailer hitch. You go out on the water and your wife acts like a bitch. We're floating.
Yeah, that was great.
Terrible.
Oh, man. Well, that stinks. All right, our next artist is Keith Urban.
Keith Urban.
You familiar with Keith Urban?
He was a mentor on the Voice last night because he was a judge and then he came back as a
Also
mentor.
was a big cocaine addict.
Yeah. He had a good
Still?
idea for the Elton John girl. She was singing and he goes, go up key and sang it and sang it. Sounded so much better.
I just know because Ira Dean was in the studio and we were talking about partying and he's like, just drinking a little Coke. And I go, oh, Coke? You doing a lot of Coke? He goes, not like Keith Urban amount of Coke. And I went,
All right.
Keith Urban is going to say guitar.
Guitar.
Yeah.
All right. Spanish?
Love.
Damn it.
Pap?
Boots.
Sorry, Carmen.
Carmen?
Lights.
Lice?
Lights, she said. So we got guitar, love, boots, and light. All right, let's get a contestant. This is Maria. Maria, how you doing, Maria?
Jamaica.
Great. Good morning, guys.
We got guitar, love, boots, and light. What would you like to add to that?
Let's go with girl.
Girl. All right, there you go. I'm going to put you back on home, Pumpkin, and we'll pull up Keith Urban with his song, Blue Ain't Your Color.
Mm.
I don't know what he's trying
How
to
dare
say.
you?
I know. I don't like to even say the word color when it comes to country music.
I can, baby blue.
No, man.
How do you go? It's so black and white. He's stealing your thunder instead of not stealing your light.
Right?
Right?
I agree with you.
Boo, Keith Urban. I will not buy any less of your records.
All right, we do not have a winner there. We have another artist. This is, I'll make this, try to make it easier for everybody. This is the chair thrower himself, Morgan Wallen, and Florida Georgia Line.
They're going to say night.
Night.
Yeah, that's when he likes to throw the chairs.
Or, yes, Spanish.
Okay.
I just stopped my joke right in the middle of it because I like this job.
He is going to say, he's going to say party.
Party. Night, party, pap.
I was going to pick party
Right?
before I went night. Good job.
Road.
Road, where we're going.
We don't need roads.
parties. Oh.
All right, Carmen.
He is going to say drink.
Drink. All right.
So drink.
All right. Let me get Rick on line 4. Rick, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How you doing?
Rick, we got night, party, road, and drink. What do you got for Redneck Bingo?
How about baby?
Baby. All right, I'm going to put you on hold. Night, party, road, drink, and baby. 1 minute on the clock. This is Morgan Wallen and Florida Georgia Line with Up Down. You know Up Down Spanish.
I do.
Give me
Yeah.
all up down.
Massage restaurants.
Hot.
1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Night, party, road, drink, baby. All right, there you go. We'll give it to Rick for night tonight. He said so. We'll give you that.
I got to tell you, you know, there's so many things that happen that experts, opinions, and all type of stuff. If somebody came to you and said, you know, when you go fishing and the bobber goes up, down, what if you ever wrote a song about the bobber?
Up, down,
up, down, up, down.
Yeah, I would not project that would be a hit.
Yeah. Like Lady in
I
Red,
get
I'd
it.
go, oh, okay, Lady in that's got a nice melody. I hear what you're singing there. Up, down,
Joe, you know Lady in Red?
down.
Lady in Red
I hear what you're
Is dancing with me, cheek to cheek.
Yeah, that is a beautiful song.
Right, yeah. Not up, down,
Up, down, up, down.
Yeah, it's a bobber. Then we can have video, and the bobber will be going up and down. Then at the end of the thing, I throw a chair.
That's a winner. We'll just give that as a winner. How do you like that? Well, congratulations, Nick. You are the winner. And that is the end of Redneck Bingo and the torture for everyone else.
Good.
I don't understand Morgan Wallen. I'm glad people love him and all that. Just I like some country music. It's just his stuff doesn't really. I guess it's the slow songs that everybody likes.
And was a loser on The Voice, right?
I think that's what people say.
Yeah.
I never watched his season. I
Probably most successful now. I mean, Carrie Underwood, very successful.
From American Idol.
Yeah, from American Idol.
Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
Jennifer Hudson.
But I mean, Morgan Wallen's like number one.
Yeah, like currently most successful.
But I don't know if did any of them. Carrie Underwood probably had a number one hit.
Oh yeah. Even some of the losers had number one hits.
Yeah.
Well, okay, there you go. Congratulations, Nick. You're our Redneck Bingo winner. We got to clear the phone lines. Carmen will get Nick's call to get the prize, then we'll clear out the phone lines so that we can welcome everybody who has questions for Dominic Ferriello. If you want to speak to Ask the Dom, get on the phone lines now. Don't wait. You screw it up. I won't get to all the calls. 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. Just call Carmen. If it's ringing, stay on hold till she picks it up and finds out what you're calling about, and then we'll have Ask the Dom in the studio straight from Calta Cruise number 17. We'll do that next on 1025 The Bone.
Hey, it's Carmen. And this is I Might Be Wrong. I might be wrong, but the Electoral College are the people that actually vote for who our next president is going to be. So, yeah, we do. There's the election process and, the people, all of us, living in the United States, if you're an American citizen, we get to vote. And then that goes to the next place that lets them, or that goes to the Electoral College, or they add it up, whatever, and they let the Electoral College know how the state wants them to vote. So they're supposed to vote the way we want them to, but at the end of the day, the government is the one counting our votes. So how do we really know that's who we're voting for? And that is why I don't believe in voting. The Electoral College it's BS. It's bullshit is what it is. But I might be wrong.
I like Steve Burns. Donald J. Trump. J stands for genius.
Yeah.
Steve Burns was very funny, man.
Yeah,
he was really good. He was really good. Steve wears those suits, so you don't know that he's going to be. A lot of those guys do straight comedy like Seinfeld and that kind of thing, but he didn't. He dropped bombs on everybody.
Yeah.
Poor Steve. First thing he does is make fun of people that are sitting in the booth right near him, and turn it out it's my family.
Yeah.
And Tom Calta was ready to launch out of the seat and bust him out. I like. In my mind, I go, okay, if he moves, I could probably get in between them.
Oh, no.
Seriously, that's what I'm thinking about.
No.
I can get in between them before something happens. 'Cause my dad doesn't care. He's going to knock him out. And then he turns his focus away from my family and on another area, and he's like, walks over to this lady. He goes, ma'am, you realize there's a show going on behind you, and you're sitting with your back to the show. He's like, everyone's facing this way, and you have your back to me. Do you know how rude that is? Then he realizes that she's the sign language lady for a deaf guy that is on the cruise with us. Poor Steve. He just got nailed. He got nailed a bunch of times.
He made her sign a lot of inappropriate things.
Yes.
That guy.
Yeah, he did.
But you know who was on the cruise is our friend who's in the studio right now, Dominic Ferriello. How are you, Dom?
I'm doing great. I talked to him after. I said, "Don't go." He wanted to go apologize to your family. I said, "Listen, I saw your dad with knives. I said, I don't think it's a good idea. You go over there.
Let it go."
One of the funniest thing I think he said is that everybody kept mistaking him for someone that works on the cruise.
That was great.
I almost lost it because initially when I saw him, I thought he worked because he had the suit on, but it kind of looked like the maitre d'.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought maybe he was the next level up there, hosting the event or something. I thought he worked there initially, and then he's the comedian walks on. I go, oh, okay.
Yeah, he's wearing a bow tie or a suit rather, and he's half Filipino, so he thought. Well, did he say Filipino though? Well, I thought he did. But anyway, he's half Asian, so he looked like he might be a staff member.
So it was a funny set, but yeah, he got in a little hot water there to start. But I think he recovered well.
Yeah,
your father was laughing.
Everybody enjoyed it. He was good.
So, no injuries, no injuries there. But fantastic time, by the way. I mean, it's like every year I say the same thing. It's like everyone is better than the one before. Booze had a blast. My mother-in-law, sister-in-law, brother-in-law, they had a fun time. They haven't been on a cruise for several years with us, so they came back. It was just it was great. The listeners were awesome. Played a lot of poker and craps with the listeners in the casino.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, and they're all like, well, I don't want to ask any question. You can ask me any question you want. So I gave some legal advice, and then talk with a lot of them. I said, I'm part of the show, and the design is to hang out and ask me questions. And a lot of them were excited to meet Boozer because I always talk about him all the time. It was really. Everybody was wonderful. It was just fantastic. Nobody got in trouble. I didn't have to go to the jail on the ship.
Which has happened before.
It has. Yes.
No, it was good. It was a great time. I had fun being out there. It was nice and relaxing. And you're right, Dom. I it sounds like I'm selling the cruise. I got a whole year before I have to worry about the cruise. But John Brennan even said, he goes, I think we say this every year, but I think this has been the best one. Each one gets better.
Great.
So, yeah.
Well, you see a lot of people that you don't see for a year, that, listen to the show, that are huge fans, and you meet some new ones. And then I always get, maybe 5 or 6 times, hey, you helped me out, or I talked to you a couple times, or I referred them. So then I engage in conversation with some folks, and I'm at the pool bar, you're buying a couple of cocktails for people back and forth. It's really a neat synergy that you've done now 17 times.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say, why haven't you been on all 17? I said, well, Mike did 2 before I got to the station, because I'll be with you 15 years next month.
And I also did 2 before I got to the station.
Yes. Yeah. I said, Mike started before I got there, and then I only missed 1 after COVID. When you switched it, we used to go in the fall. We used to be in the September, October range, and then we switched it a few years back to the spring. But the year that you switched it, I had already planned we were going on a ski trip the exact same week. Other than that, I've been on every club, and this was my 14th time with you guys. Yeah,
well, it was really a good time, and I'm glad you made it out there. And if you want to get through and talk to Dom right now, if you have a legal question, 727 579-1025 or 800-771-1025. You have John on hold. Let's go to John. John, good morning. You are on with Ask the Dom. What's up, John?
Hey, Dom. Hey, Mike. How's it going?
Good, buddy. What do you got?
So I have somebody very close to me. She was sexually abused by a stepdad when she was a child. She's close to 30 now. She's made a police report now that she's older and stronger, I guess you could say.
Sure.
She made a police report, but that seems to have fallen on deaf ears, and she's having a hard time adjusting as memories surface, and she has 2 kids of her own. Anyway, she was inquiring about pursuing it civilly against him as well. I mean, he's got a career, and he's moving on, and she's having a problem with that. Anyway, not sure what type of attorney to refer her to. Dom, you've helped me out with a couple things in the past, so figured I'd reach out and see if you had any suggestions or referrals, or if it's something that you do.
It's a good question. It's a hard thing to deal with, and some people will be listening going, well, why'd she wait so long? And a lot of times is like this guy said, you need to build up the strength to be able to talk about it, but also sometimes those memories are repressed, and you don't really remember the whole situation until something sparks that memory. So, Dom,
and
how do you... Go ahead.
The big reason why that took so long for her to actually pursue it is because she has younger siblings that he was the stepdad to her, but he is the biological father to her brothers and sisters. So she was trying to wait for them to get out of the environment, so they weren't punished either. But they've experienced some things as well from him. So anyway,
absolutely blows my mind how somebody could do that, not only to a kid, but to their own kid or somebody in their own family. It's devastating. But what is the first step, Dom? I mean, you probably sit there and go, is this even worth it? Who do I call? What do you do? I mean, what is the first step?
Well, I appreciate the listener calling back again. Always happy to help. Sorry about the circumstances. It's always a tough topic and subject to talk about when you have sexual assault. The first thing I can recommend is I'll tell her I would take that report that she filed with law enforcement. I would take that, personally make an appointment. I would go down to the state attorney's office in the county or the jurisdiction where the incidents occurred. And they the Pinellas County. So Pinellas County, I believe, does have a victims assistance program. there at the first floor of 49th Street. They also have the intake division at the state attorney's office where you'll have prosecutors that are assigned to new charges coming forth. So the law enforcement, great. Law enforcement would make reports, especially if this is something that's happened years ago. But law enforcement doesn't file charges, despite popular belief. They'll accuse you of crimes, but they won't file that. Only the state attorney's office has the power to do that. So the first answer to your question is take the police report down the 49th Street. When you walk in, they got the information booth there. I want to say the victims program is on the first floor down. If you make a left, you go down, it's down the hall. And the state attorney's intake division is going to be, I think, on the second floor. It's been a minute since I've been there, but either way, that's the answer that she needs for the first question, because I still think she needs to move against him criminally. In a criminal context,
and she would like to.
In a criminal context, she can also claim restitution through the criminal process. So as a victim, and the victim's assistants can advise her of this, she can claim monetary damages through the charging process with the state. Now, that's on the criminal side. So that kind of dovetails into the second question about the civil aspect of it. If you don't get restitution for whatever reason on the criminal side and you want to make a civil claim, the next question is you have to, as a plaintiff is what she would be, she has the preponderance of the evidence, 50% plus one as a moving party, to prove that an individual committed a tortious act, intentional infliction, emotional distress, obviously the type of harm that this type of allegation causes someone mentally. The question then for you folks is, has she sought medical treatment? Does she have therapists, doctors? Is she in any type of treatment or therapy?
She's starting. She's waiting for her insurance to kick back in.
That's the key. That's the evidence.
Right.
As much as it's important, obviously, for her testimony, but personal injury, when you're making civil claims, they need evidence to back up a cause of action. And the evidence here is going to be the history of psychological and what state is she in as a result of diagnosed and opined by a medical that field. And she'll need that for that side of things. And so that's going to be the next step after the criminal process. So there's two answers to a criminal and civil situation, and I gave her the first steps for each one, depending on what she wants to do. I recommend that she does both, but in that order. There you go.
Right, and she's actually already on that track. Once she's on that way, is there a certain type of attorney that handles that?
Yes.
For example, personal injury, criminal.
Yeah, it's an injury claim. It's a tort act. It's a tortious claim, which is an injury claim. And there is attorneys in my network that could help, but we need to see the medical documentation to diagnose what the inherent value of the claim is, and then if the individual has any assets to go after. Because at the end of the day, you're chasing money for a tortious act, sexual in nature. But if you're looking at it at brass tacks civilly, that's what she's asking if you don't go the criminal route. So if this individual isn't worth it financially, then it may not be worth it for her to go after him.
Right.
That's a monetary question on the civil side, because you really just have to break it down in the levels, because that's what happened. Well, you did this to me. You shouldn't have done it. I'm now affected by it. Here's the evidence to prove it. Now I want X number of dollars. Well, if they don't have X number of dollars, now we're kind of wasting time. And then she's reliving this process again through the legal course of system, depositions, interrogatories, testimony. You got to bring this stuff. And that may not necessarily be the best thing for her mentally either.
Yeah, to have to go through it all.
100%.
If they want anything done, that's what's going to have to happen. Well, it's a tough situation. I hope this helps you get started, buddy. And if you need more information as time goes on, you can call the office at 813-251-5550 or askthedom.com. I'll try and blow through some more of these while we have time. Good morning. You're on the air with Ask the Dom. What do we got?
Oh, good morning. This is me. Sorry.
Yes, that is you.
I would love to, thank you. I would love to kind of ask on, if you have any advice or directions. I know I don't expect you to know every single law. I'm in part of the personal services industry. I'm a hairdresser. I'm now independent, thankfully, but I've been learning more and more, especially in Florida, that there's a lot of, and it's not just hair salons, it's tattoo artists and barber shops and nail salons. that are doing a lot of illegal and also shady practices. I find out how they pay their employees or treat them as an employee when actually they're independent contractors, and kind of it's such a very messy and in-depth situation. And like I've tried to contact like the bigger law places that are nationally for like labor law, but they won't even talk to you or give you any kind of advice at all without paying them even $300 for 15 minutes. And I'm like, well, how do I know to ask even what's right or wrong to pursue things?
Here's your opportunity.
Further?
Yeah.
It's mind blowing to me about. I mean, I'm sure you know like what an independent contractor is, and it's like if you read up, even I've looked up everything in Florida. Florida has a lot more. They don't have the correct verbiage sometimes, and they just kind of say, "Oh, well, we follow the national standard." So I'm just kind of.
Well, let's focus on this question for you. So, are you an independent contractor, 1099, and you felt like you're getting screwed over?
That's why I just opened up my own suite, because I knew my laws and my rights, and a lot of people in my industry keep going about it, but it's like I almost want to go bigger. Like I want everybody to know like they have rights, and if they're getting mistreated,
I'm with you. But your question is fantastic. But it's you're the way you preface it. It's almost like I'm going to a seminar and you're informing everybody that this is going on, which I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm trying to figure out what is your particular question and issue so I can pinpoint the right answer for you. I understand. Sure. By the way, you sound great as a speaker. I think you should have a seminar. But what is your particular issue so I can at least attack your problem?
Okay, so mine was I did finally just open up my own suite because I knew if I'm going to be independent, I need to be completely independent, especially for tax purposes. I took a break from my industry, and I came back and I worked for one salon, and I'm trying to really figure out if there's such a thing as wage theft, and if it's on how they you were a W-2 employee.
It's called
right?
civil theft. There's a civil theft statute in the state of Florida.
Okay.
And you got a lot of information that you're compressing in a very small period of time. I think what might be better for you is if you email me at acidom.com a nice scenario as to what the backstory, the background, because we're not going to have enough time. Bless your heart this morning to do it. I know this type of caller. You got a lot of information, and I'm not going to be able to track you until unless you call the show tomorrow night. I'll have much more time on my show tomorrow.
Okay.
Option's yours. Email me or tomorrow, but it's a civil theft statute to answer your question as to where you get recourse from.
Okay, and that's too. I love that direction of where to kind of pursue this a little bit deeper. As you can tell, I'm very passionate about it.
100%. Email me or call tomorrow. Yeah, and I don't mean to cut you off. It's just I have less time on Mike's show, but more on mine.
Understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Right. I love it. Thank you.
Give him a call tomorrow. Thank you, Pumpkin. Good morning, your own Acid Dom. Who's this?
Hey, what's going on? Good morning. It's CJ. Good morning.
What's up, CJ? What do you got?
Hey, this is something interesting. All right, you guys. So here it goes. I bought a car in Denver, Colorado, right? And I had moved here to Florida, and I've since paid it off, okay? When I go to trade the car in, right, I get it. The dealership tells me that the vehicle, and I have the title after I paid it off. The title's in my hands. I'm the original owner. The Carfax shows that, everything else. My bank sends me the title, and I have it. And so when I go and trade the car in, they're telling me that my VIN is registered actively in a place in New York, Yonkers, New York. I've never been there. I've been in control of the car the whole time. So I'm have this title, and my issue date was September in 2017. They had issued a title like 2 months after. So like in November of 2017, I saw that it was registered in New York. And so this popped up a problem with the dealership and me trying to take the car in, and I'm like, and then I've heard about, stolen titles and things like that. So I'm just trying to get in the direction of what I should do. Should I write a police report and, something like that? And just like, basically, I've had this car the whole time, paid it off.
All right, take it easy. Relax.
Take a breather.
It's all right. There's no police report because we don't know if a crime has been committed and who did it. All right.
Okay.
So there's no one. There's no one because the first thing a law enforcement officer is going to ask you, okay, well, who do you believe has wronged you in such a manner that requires a police report? And you're not going to know what the hell to say because we don't know. So you're going to have to you're going to have to reverse engineer the business transactions. You're going to have to go backwards, and you're going to have to it's probably going to be some type of clerical or Scribner's error when they issued the registration, probably when you bought it in Denver, Colorado, there at the title or tag agency there. So I think I would start there in that state. And you might need a consumer protection lawyer in Colorado to look it up for you, unless you want to do it yourself, but you're going to be doing it remotely from Florida. You're going to. I would. That's your basis of origin. I would start there, and then just try to track where the error. How did we get to? Was it one number off, and then or was the car after yours resold, and that went to New York, and they crossed the papers. You don't know. You got to figure out, and the dealership that you got it, and the title tag office in the county which was registered. Those are your 2 points of origin. I would start there, and I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, because it could be an accident. All right, thank you, buddy. Good luck to you. It could be an accident. It could be I assume the worst too, that something happened, but it could be somebody just put in the wrong number.
Sometimes it's very I had an issue with a vehicle a few months back that wasn't titled properly, and it happened to me, and I'm a lawyer, but I don't do everybody's job. Things happen. I have to figure out. We sorted it out, and the folks are great. They apologized. It was a clerical error. How I figured out is my insurance agent contacted me and says, well, you don't have insurance coverage on this. And I go, well, what do you mean? What are you talking about? So my insurance agent actually brought it to my attention, which is why I think it's great for everyone to have insurance agents. People don't have them anymore. They just go online, buy random insurance, and then hope it's good. I actually have a person that does it, and then that helped me realize that I have a vehicle that wasn't titled properly.
Yeah, I had a guy, too, for a while. He didn't do it anymore, but he was great.
Yeah, well, if you need my guy, Joseph Lito over at the State Farm is fantastic. He actually came on my show a few months back. We did a whole insurance show, and that was very, very informative about coverage and PIP and BI and whatever anybody wanted to ask an insurance agent in studio. It was a fan. I got to have him back on. It was a fun time.
What do you got going on the show tomorrow night?
Right now, because I'm still in cruise dom mode. I'm still in the bathing suit, kind of slightly damp. Carmen was noticing my legs as I walked in. I said, simmer down over there, simmer down. So it's just me tomorrow. Bill Sansoni is in Amsterdam this week, so it's just I don't have dead air with me, but I'll be doing it myself tomorrow and just catching up.
All right. Well, if you want to get through to Dom tomorrow, you can call the show or you can call his office 813-251-5550. And you can always go to asktodom.com where you can send him a message there, and he does respond to those. Dom, you should be very proud of me. I'm proud of myself. I was able to handle my jury thing all on my own.
Yes, right. I had everything set up where I just needed the summons, and I was going to do it for you because we talked about it a couple weeks, and then you didn't send it to me, and then I know it was the week before, and then I had sent you the. It's funny when I don't readily hear from you. What's my go-to? What do I always do?
Go to my wife.
I contact Amanda. I said, "Where is he?" And she'll text or call me so faster than my wife, by the way. But if it's I need to, and I know that you got a lot of things going on, but if I needed to get something done before I got on the cruise, I had to go to and then you texted back and said you took care of it.
I took care of it. I went to the website. I found their email address, and I emailed them, and I said I was summoned to jury duty. I have an appointment. I'll be out of the country. I said, but I will happily perform my civic duty upon return. And they said, no, you're good. You're excused.
I mean, it's not that big of a deal. You just got to make sure you contact them in the process. But I didn't want to forget, obviously, to take care of you because we had a lot of stuff going on last week before the cruise, and it was one of those things, well, I know that you're busy, and the week before the cruise is so hectic for you. I'm not going to let you down. I call the missus.
Yeah, good move.
Because you listen, I've known you a long enough time. If I got to take care of you and I got to go through the wife, I'm going to take care of you one way or the other.
Well, don't go through my wife. That sounds weird the way you say it.
I mean that legally, not the way you meant it.
Just go through her briefs.
All right, well, be prepared for Calta Cruise 18 when we're ready for that. We're going to start taking people's deposit next week.
I'm booking it this week. I already talked with Diane, and I believe it's the sister ship. It's the same size.
Don't give it out. You're giving out their information.
I think it's the same size boat. That's all.
Thank you, Dom. Appreciate the illegal advice. Check out Dom on his own radio show here on this station tomorrow night. We will take a break. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. This made me very nervous when I read it until I read the whole headline. Man vanishes from cruise after getting off at popular port of Cozumel, Mexico. Edmund Bradley Solomon III of Charleston, a retired VA critical care nurse, was last seen on April 3rd, has not been found. A beloved dad's family sifted through false leads and hit dead ends over the last 5 days after Edmund Bradley Solomon III vanished. The 66-year-old Charleston, South Carolina family patriarch was last seen on April 3rd when a Royal Caribbean cruise ship stopped in the popular tourist hotspot in Cozumel, Mexico. Minutes after getting off the ship, he went to the bathroom and disappeared.
Oh, man.
According to the family, who said he was recently diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia. Why take him on the cruise and let him go alone if he's got dementia?
That's the thing.
A disease caused by the progressive nerve cell loss that affects a person's behavior, not their memory. No major updates, many false leads, the daughter says. It's a very distressing time for us to have hope and then be let down. Well, yeah, I mean, you can't. I mean, my father has got all his faculties and nobody leaves him alone. You know?
They did it on purpose.
This guy? I think if
family.
they dig deep into the family, they were like, time to get rid of Solomon.
Yeah, they were like, oh, we don't want to deal with him anymore.
Kind of like,
that
if
insurance.
I take my wife hiking.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
He's got dementia. He won't know what's going on.
Solomon was on a Royal Caribbean cruise with his wife, Mimi, when they stopped in Mexico where they planned to spend the day. He went to the bathroom at around 1 to 1:30 minutes after they got off the ship. That's also odd. Why didn't you pee when you were on the ship?
You're old.
When my stepmom, Mimi, came out and he wasn't there, she thought he might still be in the bathroom, so she waited for him a few more minutes. He didn't come out. Solomon spent his life caring for others, the VA critical care nurse. He retired after 20 years, Miller told Fox, and his wife is also a nurse at a local VA hospital and a breast cancer survivor. How do all these things come out? She said, please, everyone, no matter where you are, continue to spread the word. We are begging you to share this on social so that we can increase the awareness and gain more news coverage. The more people who are aware, the quicker we'll find them. Carmen, I'm starting to agree with you.
Right?
Because it just seems like, why would you do that? Yeah, very fishy.
Why are you taking him? One, why are you taking him on a cruise? Two, why are you leaving him alone or letting him do anything by himself when you know?
Oh, wait, Carmen, this is breaking. They air tagged him. Solomon's family is in Mexico looking for him. Miller provided an update on his Facebook late Sunday saying her dad's AirTag, if he's still wearing it, is only 33 feet from his wife's phone. My dad walks really fast and he does not have eyeglasses on like he usually does.
What?
He's a squirrely son of a bitch.
Yeah. He will often nod his head down and focus on the ground while walking. The more anxious he's feeling, the quicker he goes. He could be just scampering around Mexico.
Does he put his arms out behind him like the what is that
Naruto or whatever?
Yeah.
Over the last few days, local police and a retired nurse's family have been scouring Cozumel in the Caribbean looking for the guy. Miller said her family and police followed several leads to no avail. The most promising tip came around 6 p.m. on Sunday when someone thought they had seen him at a large grocery store. He's not an old guy. I'm looking at a picture of him. He's probably my age.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he looks around my age, so he doesn't look like the kind of old guy that you'd be like, why is this old guy wandering
just
around
shuffling around and stuff.
That's got to be scary, man. If I had somebody who had dementia, I would more than AirTag. I might have one of those leashes on them that they put on little kids.
Yeah.
Just to be
It's
safe.
tough.
And have
don't let
current photos of them. Like every
Yeah.
day, take a picture of them of what they're wearing and what they look like,
But it's hard because they, like with Alzheimer's and dementia, they'll have moments of clarity.
Sure.
So imagine you come to and you got a leash on you. You know what I mean? You're confused and you're angry. You got people telling you, know what I mean?
you don't want to put a leash on them, but also you have moments of clarity where you don't go, all right, well, then go on a cruise.
Yeah, that is.
And leave them by
that's
themselves.
something, Yeah.
I leash him. I'm not worried about what anybody thinks. Leashing him.
So he has an AirTag, or he took the AirTag off.
They said he had the AirTag, and it says he's only 33 feet away from his mother.
So how did they lose him?
I don't know. So it must have come off, or
I'm
his
telling
wife, right?
His wife, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm telling
yeah.
you, they did this on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's a veteran, right? So I'm sure he's got some type of money coming in.
What if he's like, just let me go.
Yeah.
Let me stay in Mexico. They'll never find me.
You'll never find me. Let me be with my sweet Jessica.
Then he's like, I could deal drugs. I could do whatever you want. I'll just send you guys back cash.
What kind of drugs does a dementia patient?
No, he's not really. He's
Oh, that's all. All right, I like it. I'm in.
He's fine. He's
I'm
another
back in.
10 years before it really takes him out. Fine.
Yeah.
I wish I could talk more about this Diddy case, but I really don't know what's going on. I know he's being. There's no indictment yet, right?
Right.
But they raided his house, and everybody that says, look, if you're raiding a house and you raid it military style, there's something that's going to come out of it. But when and what are we waiting for? Or was it just his kid that they were after?
I don't think so. I think they raided his house to put on a big show, so people go, "Oh, they're gonna get him. They're gonna get him." And then time goes by and nothing happens. He's walking around Miami saying hi to
hanging out with his
fans.
mother.
Yeah.
You don't think they're raiding his house to try and gather evidence,
Nah,
or it
they
doesn't
already-
matter? Like he's too high up where they're not going to do anything.
The people that he works for, the executives that he worked for, all have ties with the Department of Justice, and this is public.
Right?
record.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I know money
Yeah,
solves a lot
so-
of problems. Certainly, whatever. But we don't think that they're making him take the fall. Like, or I think they suicide him.
I think that's
they-
more likely.
Yeah,
But
I
for
think
what?
so he doesn't talk.
Yeah.
No,
He's
but
too
I mean,
much.
but we don't really know what. Like suicide comes when you're embarrassed or you think you're going to go to jail for the rest of your life.
Suicide comes when people that are above you that have more to lose go, all right, we don't want this guy talking. Oh, he killed himself.
Yeah.
Look at
Right.
that.
But what I'm saying is, what is he talking about?
But he has
About
sex
his
trafficking,
sex party.
Sex trafficking?
and all the different
Yeah.
blackmail stuff that they've done and blackmails that they've done.
So he has hung out
I got that joke.
Okay. Thank you.
at parties with Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein.
Yeah.
So it's not crazy to think that I think Ghislaine Maxwell is only alive because she's the one who knows where all the hard drives are. So they're not going to kill her because they want to get that information.
I think it would be too obvious if they kill both of them.
I don't think so. They could get away. Clintons have suicided, 30 people, and everyone just goes, "Oh, they got crazy friends."
Yeah.
So
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
So, isn't that so random that happens to the Clintons,
right?
that all their friends die?
So that being said, it wouldn't be hard to think that Diddy also was smart enough to hide all the evidence somewhere and not tell anybody and say
So that he can say, hey, if anything happens to me.
exactly. If anything happens to me, release it. Bam. Now he's good. Now he's walking around Miami with nothing to lose.
I still say his lawyer just goes in there and goes, Diddy. Diddy.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Ironically, the Buccaneers cruise was the same day as our cruise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they went out of a different port to a different place and all that. So I get a text from Warren Sapp that says, Calta Cruise, I don't get an invite? And I was like, no, this is the last place you want to be with a bunch of drunken white people trying to get your autograph and touching you and stuff. And he was like, I'm on the Bucks cruise right now. And I go, yeah, I still stand by my words that you would be losing your mind on this cruise. That bitch sent me 100 pictures of him with people hanging on him, people doing him passing around his rings.
Different Warren Sapp.
Yeah,
This happy Warren Sapp is not the guy that I know.
The best.
I don't know.
Is the best.
I said, you come on our cruise next year. And he was like, I'll think
Did
about it.
Martine go on the Bucks cruise or no?
I don't know, but next year we should take Sapp and Martine
Yeah, and Allstott.
and Wells.
Yeah.
Just start taking all the fun people with us.
Sure.
Damn it, Alec Baldwin. I couldn't think of his name. I was going to say we'll take Alec Baldwin with us because he just showed him on TV. Thank you to Acid Dom for coming in, taking the legal calls. Thank you again to Diane from Action on Travel.
She's the best.
She's absolute best. And everybody on the Bone staff who really worked their asses off this week to make sure this cruise is great. And, of course, to all the listeners that came on. A great group of people.
And everybody that commented on all of our pictures, oh, I wish I was there. You can be.
Yeah.
It's very easy.
And it's not
When
expensive.
Yeah, when we announce it, all you have to do is put the deposit down, and then you can put a little bit away each week.